Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the What's Good podcast. Today featuring James Marriott. Whoa! I always wish I had like some sort of drum. Can I get a drum? Or can we get like a
You'd have to hire someone else in the corner. Just
I want that. Or like a like a gong. Like James Marriott. Boom.
If that was only for my episode, that would feel quite horrible.
Yeah, then take it back.
Maybe a different instrument for every different person.
Yeah, you're getting a banjo as well.
Yeah, the banjo outside.
That's true.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Simon's giving James a banjo.
Yeah.
Against his will, apparently.
I honestly forgot it was there. That's the thing. Like, it's just been outside my room since the video.
Yeah, so anyone else who wants to come on the podcast, if you do come on, we'll give you free instruments. Or Simon will.
No.
You get to take one thing from the apartment.
One thing from KSI's room. That's it.
That's actually a good sell. We can give someone the big thing that JJ's got.
Oh, the outporn.
Yeah.
That's another instrument.
How did you know that from big thing that JJ's got? How did you immediately...
Well, I had to change the subject quick before the comments got me.
But yeah, thanks for coming on.
No worries. Thanks for inviting me.
No, all good, man. All good.
Big fun.
Yeah, we're excited for this one. We've got a new studio now, so we're kind of trying to level up things.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't realize it was quite... It's all very like concisely done.
Does it look more impressive on camera? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but that's a good thing, right?
We'll take that.
It's like, haven't seen it on camera. Never watched it to know.
Where am I?
Is this a podcast?
So this was the fellas.
Oh,
It's a better podcast to be fit. No, I'm kidding. It's not really. We're better. But no, so yeah, I mean, we're doing a podcast each week now, obviously, and we're trying to get a guest each week, but we don't realize that it actually involves asking people to come on the show.
Right.
We get to kind of like excited.
We're very hesitant asking people. I'm very scared of rejection.
Right, yeah, that makes it difficult. I feel like if you just asked, a lot of people would do it. Being on a podcast is fun.
Yeah, I don't mind asking.
I also don't have Twitter.
Yeah.
So
Do you not?
I have a Twitter account, but I don't use it.
Oh, is
So
it
I have
kind
it
of
on my
like
phone.
managed by someone else?
Um,
And KFC Gaming.
it's literally, hey man, can you tweet this sponsored tweet? Done.
Yeah.
Nice.
Won't touch it again for 3 weeks.
I mean, it's horrible for mental health.
Yeah,
It is bad.
It's awful.
It's
I've
really
enjoyed
bad.
my time without it.
Yeah.
How long has it been now? God, it sounds like a drug. How long has it been since you opened Twitter?
I bet it's been well over a year.
I need my fix. It's been a year, probably. Yeah, something like that. Nah, it's been 6 months, 7 months, something like that.
I'm terrified of leaving it because I think it's my second biggest platform.
Yeah.
So it's like, if YouTube was to delete it tomorrow, I'd feel like
What would you miss? What would you miss about Twitter?
nothing actually concrete. But it's just that like assurance in the back of my mind that I have it, you know?
True.
But then when you have it on your phone and it's the morning and you wake up and you're scrolling through it and then you just, you know, you see shit you don't even want to see about yourself or other people and it's just, it's garbage.
So when you don't like, when you say you don't like Twitter, and this is for both of you, is it mentions or is it the actual feed or both?
Normally mentions for me, but
It's just the
feed as well.
the ambience of it, really. I wouldn't say it's necessary. I mean, I don't get mentioned that often.
Yeah, I never get mentioned. That's why I ask.
What are mentions? It's just like the general vibe of it. I think like people just want to be able to say shit on it. And it's usually from negative places because I mean it's been a really negative year anyway. You probably left at the perfect time.
Yeah, to be honest, although it's what caused me to leave was the same thing.
Right, fair.
It's literally the only platform I see that, you know, for example, like a Simon video goes out yesterday.
Yeah.
The comments on the video are like, "Oh, this is jokes. This is jokes." You might get a couple bad comments. Instagram, they're all like, "Oh, I can't wait to watch this. Can't wait to watch this." Twitter, wait all week for this. It's always that, and it's always Twitter. There is no other platform that is as toxic as that.
The YouTube comments can be brutal though.
They can be, but I feel like they're easier to ignore as well.
Right, yeah, because I think people tell you really early on, just don't read the comments.
Yeah.
So you see the top few and you're like, okay, that's enough for now. I'm going to go off. Or read them in the first 5 minutes where the people who like really want to watch the video. Yeah.
That's a good comment.
To be fair, the first 5 minutes is usually to check if there's any errors, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll get an edit back from my editor and I just won't watch it. I'm like, yeah, that's amazing, thanks, man. And then I post it and I'm like, bro, the audio's wrong because the comments say the audio's wrong. I'm like, bro, how could you do this to me, mate? But yeah, what's your most used social media platform? Is it Twitter?
Oh God, it must be. That hurts though. I'd much rather use Instagram more because you do, in a way, like Instagram stories and stuff like that, it feels like you're doing the kind of the tweet thing of kind of interacting on a more regular level. but without the kind of the response as many responses. You know,
to be fair, I think it actually is the way that the app's like laid out. So I don't read my message requests. I know a lot of the guys do, but I just never.
I don't know. I never
go into it. Right. And I never check comments on Instagram either. I just look at pictures and stories. That's all I do really. But I don't go on Instagram much. I go on TikTok's my one now. You know, I gotta be honest. Yeah, every day.
Are you a big TikTok fan?
See, I've dabbled in TikTok, but never like too much.
Okay.
So I kind of like, it's good to kind of keep up to date with what is like on the For You page, what's going viral and stuff like that. But I found like my girlfriend can just sync. She calls it doom scrolling, where like at night it's just kind of like next.
That's me.
That's me. Yes.
And I just and her For You page is all kinds of fucked now. It's like, so for some reason she doesn't understand why she keeps getting like Roblox compilations in her For You page, but because she shares them to me every time she gets one,
that's why,
and watches it multiple times, it's just worsening the problem.
Yeah.
So true. I don't want to. I feel like I'll sink too many hours into it, which I already sink into far more things that are completely pointless. So.
What else do you do? What else is the pointless waste of time?
I play way too much Valorant.
Okay.
Way too much Valorant. I think I've sunk. I started playing it in March, and I don't think there has been like a day where I haven't just like hopped on it or at least opened the menus.
You got to check the shop once a day.
Yes, exactly.
He's annoyed because he played Valorant before it was.
Yeah.
Well, not before it was cool.
No. I played it when it first came out. And I was like, oh, this is sick. But then no one wanted to play with me. And then like a year later now, everyone's like, oh, who wants to come on Valorant? I'm like, well, I would have been sick at the game if I continued.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially Talia and Josh got obsessed with it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And stopped a little bit. Is Talia still playing?
Talia still plays it a lot.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, she streams it quite a lot. Yeah.
Josh is on GTA now, isn't he?
GTA roleplay, yeah.
Oh, the roleplay stuff.
Yeah.
Have you seen XQC's stuff on that? It's
he
nuts.
got banned.
Yeah, I saw it.
He
got banned 2 days ago.
No way.
Yeah, it's the 5th time he's been banned, but this time is
apparently it's a permanent ban.
This time is apparently the final one. Like even to the point where they got rid of his cars and stuff in the game. They were just like, this is actually
that's too far.
That is really far.
You can ban him, but you can't delete his cars.
It's things like so they're very strict on like power gaming and metagaming.
Right.
So using like outside knowledge in the game or using game mechanics that don't make sense in the roleplay to beat the game.
It's very serious. Don't fuck around with.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that deep.
Oh,
So Josh is in it now. You're joining, or have you joined yet?
I've done one stream that was like 2.5 hours.
Okay, nice. Yeah, but when I went into Josh's chat, I've not been watching it much, but I went into his chat and there was even a bot response for you. Yeah. So they were saying when you join, the fans can't go across each one and make them interact.
It's really strict.
You can't interact with Josh unless the characters interact.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of cool though.
It's cool.
I can't
it's
just go
cool.
like I can't see if I see 5 people, I can't go like I want to talk to him because I know it's Josh.
Right.
I'd have to be like, what would my character do?
What's up, Tommy?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's his name. What's your name?
Peter Shufflebottom.
Wait, that's my fucking granddad's last name.
Is that actually?
Yeah, it is. Like one of my like distant great grandparents.
Shufflebottom.
It's not.
Yes. Well, we called him that. It was Shufflebotham. But we called him that.
That's the weirdest thing that's ever happened.
That was odd. I've not heard that last name in fucking years.
His first name wasn't Peter.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I can't remember.
Yeah, that's
because we just called him like
Shufflebottom.
Yeah. Hey, Shuff.
Yeah, if I had a second name like that, I definitely would get memed and probably bullied at school.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
But yeah, I've been playing that a lot. But they're like, as in, they're so strict to the point of, I saw Josh's at one point, and he's on his knees, like surrendered to police or something, or being held at gunpoint or something, facing a wall, and someone comes up and says like, "Yo, give me your shoes." So he has to give them his shoes, and then he sees the guy later, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's him." But Josh is like, "Oh no, I was facing the wall. My character's facing the wall, so I didn't see him."
Oh, wow.
So he can't go up to this guy and be like, "Oh, this guy stole my shoes."
Yeah,
because his character didn't see.
He didn't
and he could
it.
get banned for days if he went up to him.
So I can see why
That's heavy.
FCC would get banned, because I think he would definitely break the rules.
Yeah. He would do things like, if he's in handcuffs, he could like take your handcuffs off just by pressing a button. But his character wouldn't be able. Things like that. Like, it's really minor in the game, but in the role play,
that's kind of his charm, though, right?
Yeah, but his girlfriend's cried multiple times because she's in the role play too, and she can't deal with him.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is she his girlfriend in the role play?
No, but he had to become a police officer to not annoy her.
Right, let me ask you a question then.
Okay.
If you get a girlfriend in the game, is it cheating? Because it sounds like it's very serious.
I would say no. Unless
The fact
You sound like you've been thinking about this. You've kind of been like writing Word documents at night, like, can I get
pros
away
and
with
cons.
this?
Talia, I've got something
How would
to
I
tell
sell
you.
this to Talia?
I would say no, unless there's genuine flirting
Yeah.
like,
Right, yeah.
between.
But there would have to be, right? Because you can't. Yeah, apparently you're not supposed to bring anything from the real world into the game. So if you got a girlfriend, you have to flirt with the girlfriend. You can't like 2 foot around it.
I don't even know if you can have sex in the game, or I don't know if you can. I don't know what I look. My character is not going to talk to a girl in that way. All right, that's
The thing is, if
Big
this
up, Pete.
if this is GTA now, right, and GTA is just GTA, what about when we get to the level where it is like VR?
VR, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
GTA roleplay VR.
I mean, you could lose your life in it, especially
Yeah.
with like servers that are that, well thought
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
You
like
watch Black Mirror.
Yeah.
You know, the one where it's the 2 guys playing like Street Fighter or something.
oh yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It was the latest season.
Oh, I haven't watched the latest season.
Oh,
that's why.
okay.
No, it wasn't that stupid like one-off interactive thing though.
No.
It was this, okay, yeah. Well, it's a good episode to be fair.
Yeah. It's
Okay, I'll
interesting.
watch that
Young
one.
man, yeah.
Is it?
But yeah, because obviously you know you're doing it for content, really.
Yeah.
But I imagine some people out there are doing it for life. Like they actually
Yeah.
in it.
Well, there's people who don't stream. They just play it.
I love those people though. The ones that like really get into a character on a roleplay
yeah.
server that don't stream it and they're just there
Oh, yeah,
for other people.
Yeah.
And those they can really sell their roles because you have no idea who these people are.
Yeah, true. To be fair, when I
Is
joined
that not
Josh's
scary though? That's kind
Well,
of
the
scary.
weirdest thing is,
It is,
you know when like Rust roleplay was like a big thing. I was on a Rust server, my friend Henry's Rust server, and I was playing around, and there was these like 2 figures that were just like really into their roles, and they were really funny. And then later on, someone told me who they were, and I knew them, and they never had, and I'd known them from years ago
not through social media, not from
through
like,
social media.
but not YouTube.
Well, kind of. I believe they made content, so I knew them from like years back when I first joined the community. But they didn't speak to me like they'd like spoken to me before. They were just in character.
they're a new person, really.
Yeah, and like I didn't play on the server that much.
Yeah.
But my editor Cynic did a lot, and he was interacting with them on an almost daily basis at one point. And I knew these people. It was really strange when
That's
I
what I
found
mean.
out.
It's weird.
Have you met Josh yet?
No, so within about 7 minutes of me playing, I got stranded. I got left because the guy thought I was annoying.
No.
He literally
Making friends.
he's like, "Oh, yo, you want to go get a burger?" Takes me, we buy a burger, and then he sees me walk, and I have really like scared walk. He's like, "Yo, let me see your walk. Walk down there. Keep going until I tell you to stop." So I'm like, "Okay." So I start walking, and then I finally turn around, and he's driven off.
Wow, abandonment in the first 10 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah. So then I literally go on the yellow pages, and I phone a taxi.
Yeah.
And the taxi is Josh. Like Josh is the character, and he airs my call. So if he had answered it, I would have got in the cab within 10 minutes
Sick,
and
that'd
been
be
with
sick.
him. But he didn't answer, so I went back to the
Yeah.
pier and
Maybe
had to
one-
meet
maybe one
someone else.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's so
Wow.
fun. I'd love to see you and Josh in a cab, but not talking to each other
because
properly.
that's the thing. We couldn't bring anything.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't
Like,
know
oh.
each other.
Busy day?
Yeah.
What's the weather like?
Well, he's
Love
like
at
a
first sight.
gangster.
Yeah, he is. He's got a track coming out.
Yeah.
They know that in the game.
Yeah.
I saw this chat.
Well, he's a gangster in the thing.
This is
And
amazing.
I'm what am I? I'm basically just like a very scared guy that says
Right.
yes to everything.
So you-
I'm trying
Oh,
to
but
make
you could have
friends.
some big character development.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's
But you
the
did
aim.
draw the short straw there, though. Like you could have been a gangster and you're just a
I
nervous
didn't really
wreck.
want to be a gangster though. I feel like
This will be a better story. You've got so much more possibilities out there for what you could become.
gangsters. I'll load in and be like, "Yo, what's up? What are you saying?"
Yeah, that,
Whereas this was way more. Like, I got held at gunpoint within like 25 minutes.
what happens
I was
if,
like, "I'm sorry, sir. Please."
if you die in the game, are you just dead?
No, you
No,
have,
not
like,
in real life.
No, no.
you're literally you die in the game. Well, that was fun.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Knew I shouldn't join the server.
But if you die in the game, can you actually like respawn, or is your story over? Is your Twitch
if
career
you lie on the floor until paramedics come.
gone? Okay.
Or you can choose to respawn, but then you have to not remember the last 30 minutes of your gameplay. Because if you kill me and then I just respawn, I could go kill you and then you'd
okay.
come back.
Right.
It's like I have to forget the 30
This is
minutes.
really thought out.
It's
So
so.
there's a reality where Josh could kill you being a gangster and all.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't.
And you wouldn't even remember.
No.
No.
Unless I just lied on the floor till paramedics
Yeah,
come,
okay.
And then
you
I could
could-
remember everything.
Then you have to come to the hospital and take your IV out.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
It's getting really weird.
Yeah, sorry, no, I'm not
is it
trying-
really this detailed? Wow.
Well, I've got many questions. I want to Josh's stream, and it was really weird because, like, obviously, like, I felt awkward at the start. Not for anything that he's done, but I was like, I've now got to, like, do I type in chat? I don't want him to see it. I don't want him seeing my chat, like, to affect his gameplay. But it is funny, man. Like, I saw him. He had. Is it modded?
What?
Is the game modded?
Yeah, it's
Got you. I was gonna say because, like, someone had handcuffs on at one point. I'm sure that's not in the game.
There's so many mods.
Right,
Like, you literally just type, like /E, and then you can type whatever, and you'll do it, kind of thing.
Got
Like,
you. Okay.
You just do /E, hands up, and you immediately do that. Yeah.
So you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone's like, "I'll put your hands up," and you have to type it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah, so otherwise, if people could control you,
Yeah.
Well, you can. That is another thing. If you, for example, if I want to drag you out the car,
Yeah.
I actually have to like
What,
click on you
drag
and
out
drag.
car.
Yeah, and then I'll be able to control you, kind of thing.
Oh wow.
But that's where it's like power gaming.
Oh yeah.
I could just go up to you and just do that, and it wouldn't make any sense.
And who enforces these rules?
Just the mods of the server.
Does someone sit there on stream? Like, does someone police Josh?
I mean, surely.
It'd be sent to. They wouldn't be watching everyone's stream, but it would be passed on. Like,
I imagine the biggest streams they'll be watching because they're like
Probably,
adverts for
yeah.
their servers, right?
yeah, I imagine so.
When you
But-
next streaming, I'm on watch
I
you.
might do it tonight.
I might give you a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get really nervous before it though.
I bet.
Like, genuinely-
it is a nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's different, like doing the role play stuff. I mean, that's probably the first time that you've really gone into like that role play.
I'm an actor, to be fair.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it is.
It does seem like the new meta now, though. Ever since like the Dream SMP stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all roleplay, isn't it? As well?
Yeah.
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 I couldn't do it on Minecraft.
Why not?
Something about it just doesn't. It doesn't seem like the possibilities are as much, even though they are endless with what you can build.
Okay. Yeah.
Your character is a block.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think that's what makes it so like exceptional. How they've managed to pull off such like good, cool stories, and then
Yeah.
you're like watching the stream, and it's just like this like.
Yeah. Like, for me in that, I'd be like, "Oh, Simon or String Bottom, whatever you called, go and cut a tree down." Whereas in GTA, you can be like,
Maybe you shouldn't do roleplay.
no.
You realise there is more to just cutting trees down in Minecraft. That's the first 5 minutes.
That's as far as I've got. Then I get killed, mate. Spider comes and gets me. Can't do it. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? Maybe you're stressed. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you can't really get your thoughts right.
Well, BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating. I can't communicate in under 48 hours.
It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas.
The service is available for clients worldwide, and you can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor.
You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room with traditional therapy, or as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed.
It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today.
So visit their website and read the testimonials that are posted on there daily, and then visit betterhelp.com/what's good.
Yes.
That's BetterHelp, HELP, BetterHelp, to join over 1 million people who have already taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional.
In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states.
Jeez.
So, special offer for What's Good podcast.
That's you.
Listeners get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/what's good.
Let's go. Also, click the link in the description as well. It'll take you straight there. If you're on YouTube, if you're on anywhere else as well, there'll also be a link there as well. So yeah, shout out BetterHelp.
Back to the podcast.
But yeah, I'm not sure where we go from roleplay. I could do a whole podcast chat match roleplay thing. It's really interesting.
There's with the Dream SMP stuff. There's a guy. Do you know Quackity?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just did a law stream on it, which was just, and it was to like, it was I think like 350,000 concurrents on Twitch, and it was
the
like,
Minecraft is
nuts.
yeah.
And it was like this, it was pre-done, like pre-recorded. So it was essentially like a video that you played back. And it was almost like horrific at times. And you kind of have to step back from it and be like, this is like Minecraft. But it was really well like
Oh, wow.
shot. It was
Yeah.
like, they really are putting so much energy into it. And it's
creative.
always
Creative.
live. Like you rarely see any kind
Yeah.
of Dream SMP stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, true.
I guess
Yeah.
that's what makes it so special. But
That is so much. Because I think XQC was the biggest in the GTA, or he's at least one of them. And he was getting maybe 200,000 views.
God.
I've seen him on 100k at least.
I've seen 100 to 120.
Well, he was on
I think he might have-
115k this morning playing slots.
mad. But the fact that I've seen so many people in Dream SMP on over 200,000.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I think Technoblade on YouTube was getting like 750k at one point concurrent.
that is
I may be wrong.
ludicrous.
No,
but
I don't think
Tommy's
you are.
always on 300 to 500k.
Yeah. Wilbur as well. He gets like 150k.
Oh,
It's,
God.
yeah.
Kids these days, bro.
I feel like a boomer.
It's so weird to me because I met Wilbur when he was around my channel size.
Yeah.
I met him around just before COVID, really, and he mentioned Tommy then, and he went like, and this was when Tommy was getting, I feel like maybe like 300 to 500 concurrent on Twitch, and Wilbur was like, oh, this guy's the next big thing,
All right.
because he'd done an SMP with Tommy before. Tommy just joined it as a fan of Wilbur and a guy called J Slap, and he just like let him on the server because he was like doing well on Twitch, especially at that time. And he said like, oh, this guy's the next big thing. And I was like, yeah, of course, right. Yeah.
Everyone says that.
Yeah. And then like literally half a year later and he's huge.
Screw Tommy.
Mate, he's
I'm
incredible.
having a battle to 10 million subs, but
I feel like that might be a losing battle.
well, we started it when I was on 9.3 or
Yeah.
9.2 million. He was on 6.
Yeah.
I think he's going to overtake me in about 3 days.
That's nuts.
As in, he's just hit 9 a couple days ago.
I mean, he's
I-
built different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've gained 150k subs since we started. He's gained 3.5 million.
Jesus Christ.
It's stupid. But fair play.
Yeah,
All
no,
of
yeah,
that.
fair play. Yeah,
Fair play
it's
to
not,
him.
it's not a problem. Yeah.
I've spoken to like a lot of them and all of them just have the brain for it. And it's so
Yeah.
crazy because they all come together and they all, I mean, especially at the beginning of lockdown, I think they all just came together and started talking about it more between themselves. And they've all just like completely shot away from that point
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're just like incredibly good at it, like incredibly smart with it. And it helps that they're entertaining as well. But
Yeah, they are, to be fair. Like even the way Tommy chats, like he's entertaining.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Yeah. Screw Tommy in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Unsub. Sub to me.
he's so good at crafting those scenarios though. Those like
Yeah.
beefy scenarios.
He's really good.
It's
Like
brilliant.
Dream as well, to be fair. Like, because we did the Sidemen video with him, the More Sidemen video.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know what to expect from him, and he literally was just a really nice guy.
Yeah.
'Cause obviously, because it's Minecraft, a lot of people kind of hate them just because it's Minecraft.
Yeah.
The older people who are like, oh, Minecraft's just for kids. But
Yeah.
yeah, everyone that I seem to
Yeah.
have spoken to is just really nice.
Yeah.
And anyone who gets that big as well always catches like
Yeah,
smoke
they're always going to get
Oh,
hate.
God.
for,
yeah.
for no reason.
Well, I mean, it gets you views. I mean, that's the thing. It's like coming from
True. Yeah.
from the commentary channel perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Flashbacks.
yeah. Oh God, here we are. But
Oh God.
no, Dream's incredible. I also think like anyone could watch a Dream video and you could not like Minecraft and you could watch a whole Dream video and they're like 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like I love his series. I love the Manhunt series. I pretty much watch every one. I think I watched his most recent one like a couple days ago. I spread them out over time, but God, they're amazing. They're
Yeah.
incredible.
I remember seeing his first video, one of his first videos, like on Reddit or something. So what was his
Yeah.
first video? Something like it was some sort of meme. It's
Minecraft,
like,
but everything goes wrong, or
that's-
something like that.
Yeah, so it's a video like that where you usually expect a video to go viral like that, but then the creator never to do anything ever again. It's like,
Yes.
one video goes viral, but he actually stayed on it.
Well, he's another one that just had a plan.
Yeah.
Like he went like Reddit, then algorithm. Like Reddit to build audience, then algorithm.
I have to write this down. Reddit.
I can't believe it. He was literally like, he was like, oh, what are you guys doing for the thumbnail for this? And we were like, oh, we were just, just going to put you on it. He was like, oh, I've got a server just for thumbnails. Like, let's go there. Quick. We all loaded in. We're just like, this is weird.
Yeah.
We normally
Server
just
just
kind of go,
thumbnails.
oh, can we just send a picture of
Yeah.
KSI for it?
Oh, I forgot, man. Can we just
Just get KSI. That's it.
Oh,
And
10
he-
million views. Nice.
Yeah, he was incredibly switched on, which is nice to see.
Of course, yeah.
It's kind of horrible when you see someone doing that well and they're so like they're
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But that motivates you though. You guys almost have got off that session and been like, oh, okay, I gotta work harder.
We actually just thought we need to find someone else. You should just do another collab.
Yo, can we get another? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is there anyone else you watch that isn't?
God.
Who do you watch on YouTube?
But to be honest, I barely watch any YouTube. I watch this guy called Ben Dean.
It's the same. Everyone.
No one does. No one.
No one watches YouTube. I swear.
I think if you're in it, you kind of want to get off it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as soon as they introduced the of 10 schematic, I was just like, I'm not going to be a part of this anymore.
Yeah.
I've seen what it's like on the other side.
Well, yeah, it's nice though. If it came in and you were getting like ones and twos, it's
Bit of
amazing.
confetti.
Yeah, confetti is amazing. And then as soon as you get the 10, it's like I never want to be a part of this ever again.
Yeah.
Like I have days where I just don't log on.
But you only get it. You literally get it 1 in every 10 weeks, roughly.
No, yeah.
You get 1 out of 10. Yeah, my day's amazing.
Yeah, then you never can get it again.
Yeah.
Whereas you can get 10 out of 10 every video.
It's the worst thing is when it goes like, this video has, because everyone has those videos which gets 40% less views. Yeah. I've noticed that when it's a 10 of 10, it's 40% less views. And whenever I see the 40% less views, I'm like, wow, I've lost half my audience.
Yeah.
They're just not interested in me anymore. Yeah. Time to give up.
Never mind.
Yeah, every YouTuber literally does like exist only on their last video. Like that's how our entire like brain. If your last video flops, you think your career's over.
Yeah.
And then you get number 1, you're like, oh my god, I'm actually sick. I'm actually the next big. I'm the next
Tommy
innit?
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, in terms of who I watched, I kind of like keep it away from the scene. Mm-hmm. Like if there's anyone that I'd like interact with or has interacted with me, I tend not to watch much of it. Maybe a podcast here or there if I find the person who's on it interesting.
Yeah.
And then like I watch this guy called Ichikanito who just makes these like 30 to 1 minute like songs.
Oh,
it's kind of like math rocky like nerd stuff.
30 to 1. What?
No, he's these little like 30-second songs.
Okay.
So he just kind of whips out a guitar and he's like, I can't remember like an exact title, but it's just like kind of like these very specific moods, like when your girlfriend gets up to get some food in the kitchen and you just want to sleep, and then he just like does this like little 30-second song.
Sick.
And then I watched this guy called Ben Dean, who's this guy from, I think he lives in South Korea, and he just does these like food reviews in for like South Korean food.
Oh, bro, I've been getting a lot of like South Korean like street food videos and I recommended. Apparently this burger, I saw someone make a burger. It was the best burger I've ever seen. Honestly,
the food there looks ridiculous. To be fair, it really does help him.
Why? Why does it
looks so
it
good.
best?
No, because you'll watch it. You'll find out. Like the kitchen is like perfectly clean. Every ingredient is like perfectly sourced.
Where are you eating? A clean kitchen is impressing you.
Well, for example, McDonald's, I don't think it's like a clean kitchen. Like it's clean,
Okay.
but like this is like spotless clean. Like it looks brand new every single time. And the burger looked. You look at McDonald's like billboard. And it looks amazing. The burger looked like that.
Okay.
Wow.
And it actually, whereas McDonald's doesn't look like that, does it?
No.
Yeah.
But I feel like most YouTubers now will watch like the other creators if we want to like have gossip or learn maybe like a technique. Or my video is still good enough. You watch someone else to like get some tips on that,
Right.
and everything else is just random. Like right now, I'm on recommended. I'm watching stuff like how Skittles are made. And how Jaffa cakes are made. That's what I'm watching. I'm watching a guy on is it Lad Bible or something? A guy who cleans up murder scenes. I'm a full boomer now. I'm full boomer. I am.
I got a lot of Russian history in my recommended
Nice.
as well.
Yeah.
And shorts. That's the other thing is like,
Shorts
everywhere, yeah.
oh my god, they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And the issue is when you click on one, I think I've had you in my recommended for like the last like month now, because I clicked on one that intrigued me like a month ago, and now it's just like, wow, well it's only 15 seconds. I mean, I've got 15 seconds,
True.
and then it's
I've noticed something. The Savin shorts. Milk. He's been smart recently. Has he told you what he's doing? Right. The thumbnails. He's shrinking them or stretching them to make them look like they're not actually made properly. You should do it for yours. Yeah. So because most like shorts or non like creative videos are always like trash thumbnail, aren't they? Or like JPEG'd all up. He's been stretching them now.
And it makes you think, oh, this is something they don't want you to see.
Yeah.
like found footage or something, you know, like raw.
Yeah. That's why I like a shorts channel with actual thumbnails.
Wouldn't work.
Yeah.
No. Especially with the amount of fucking like my thumbnails are like so much color. Like I have like this purple background. I have those anime lines coming in like, for like a 15-second clip. It's just not worth it.
No, I still say it to Nick. So Nick does the thumbnails for his podcast. Simon's brother.
Yeah.
He's a photographer. So sometimes on the thumbnails, I'm like, oh, put the contrast way up. He's like, he responds, it doesn't look good though. I'm like, well, no, it doesn't look good, but it's what works on YouTube.
That's the YouTube meta. Just
Camera raw filter is nuts. Up the clarity to 40, and it's just like it's so in your face. It like pops up the screen. It's nuts.
That's how Vic used to do thumbnails. He would literally just go Sony Vegas, screenshot, saturation full, thumbnail done. That was it.
Well, the thing is you just got to
7
like
years.
stand out.
Yeah, it is the case though. Like if you're on YouTube, you're gonna click on that's brighter.
Yeah.
It is just a fact.
The best way of doing it is making, in my opinion, is making a multiple, like 3, and then just kind of like shuffling them around somehow, and then looking at your screen and seeing which one your eye goes to first.
I wish they just let you do a split test.
Yeah, that's the
so
split
stupid.
It was in beta, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not here
A/B.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted that. I spoke to my contact at YouTube for it and he just didn't get it for me, which is annoying.
Yeah,
I don't think it's in the UK at all at the moment, is it?
Is it not?
No.
I mean, if you guys haven't got it, no one's got it. I don't think.
Have you got the tips yet? There's like a tipping system being added to YouTube.
What?
One of the channels that I know,
How do I get this?
a guy called Pinely, I know you can tip him for his videos. So like, and he's been tipped. Like people like have tipped $5 at the end of a video.
Well, I have
It's
to write it
about-
down.
You know, that's the one thing that YouTubers needed, another way of getting money.
Yeah. Please, YouTube, yeah. Twitter's got it now as well. Twitter's got a tip jar, right? Or it's bringing one out where you can donate someone for a good tweet. Yo, sounds like, he's like, yo, I'm back on Twitter. He's like, hey guys.
How do I get this?
It's just notification, mini mentor is reactivated.
Oh man. But now YouTube's weird. It's changing. It's changing so fast. I can't keep up. Like you have a week's break and it's just different now.
I don't think they should go the shorts route. I know it's kind of working at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, I don't go on like YouTube when I click on YouTube, I want to spend like 10 to 20 minutes watching something cool. When I have YouTube up and I see shorts on my recommended, when I kind of want to watch something, I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll just go watch some anime.
Yeah. It depends I think if you're in, what?
I'm really excited he said anime.
Are you into it?
I love anime.
What's your favorite? Or like name some.
I'm watching season 4 of Attack on Titan at the moment.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
I really loved like season 1 to 3 and I don't think it will ever end the way I want it to.
Have you seen season 4?
Yes.
Okay. I'm only a few episodes in.
The music though, the music at the end of it is incredible. I love, one of the reasons I love anime is the music.
Okay.
But
You're going to be really out of your comfort zone here.
No, I like Pokemon.
He hates anime.
Yeah, well that works, yeah.
He hates anime.
Wait, you can't hate anime.
I don't hate anime. You're just lying.
No, he always gets really angry when I talk.
I feel personally offended by that.
No. So for anime, for me, I want to watch it more. But the issue is, right, when I'm watching telly, I'm always on my phone or I'm doing something, right? And I don't like watching dubbed. I have to watch subbed.
Yes.
So like, I can't read it. So you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm on my phone, I can't read it. Like, I know I'm not dedicated to the show, but
Well, that's the thing is, it's only 20 minutes.
I know, but I'll watch it for like 5 hours. I can't just watch one and then. But
Especially when you get into stuff like Attack on Titan, when you finish an episode and you're like, God, I need to watch that one.
Okay, well, which one am I going to watch? Attack on Titan.
Have you seen Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer, I was just about to say.
Have you seen the film yet?
No.
I'm seeing it this week in the cinema.
So am I.
Okay, we can't really say
Yeah,
where.
I was actually going to talk to you about it after that.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Demon Slayer, Haiku, My Hero, Hunter.
Have you finished Hunter?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, I did not like the ending.
Well, that's the thing is, it's not actually the ending.
Oh.
Because the guy is just like, he's super depressed and he won't keep writing it.
Oh.
So you can buy the manga, but there's still like more chapters after that. That's just the end of that arc.
Oh.
So they kind of like go into this like wider world after it. After the Chimera Ant arc.
Your mind's getting blown right now.
I know it is.
It's one of those that unfortunately will probably never get finished, which is a shame.
To be fair, I've kind of in my mind, I've ended it.
Yeah,
So I'm alright.
you finished it. There's some of the arcs in the middle are really good, especially if you don't like the ending. It's probably my favorite though, Hunter. I love it.
I think I liked My Hero more.
Oh, the thing about My Hero is the first 50 episodes are good, and then you get to like episode 65, and I just thought to myself, why am I still watching this? It's just the same thing over and over and over again. If you like that thing, it's good, but
I like that thing. I'm a simple man.
no, but
I really want to start. I've said this for the last like 3 podcasts now.
Yeah.
I really want to start like a monthly podcast that's basically a book club.
nice.
And I just get a bunch
For
of people
anime.
that like anime, and we go, all right, this month you're going to watch this. And at the end of the
Can
month,
I be a part of that? I'd
Yes.
really like to be a part of that.
well, everyone I've actually asked has kind of gone like, yeah, that sounds fun. But now that you're saying, can I be a part of it? I kind of want to just say like,
Yes.
let's just do this. Let's really like,
We're just
Like-
slap a big sign over the what's good.
Yeah, literally.
it's so good.
Yeah. Spirited Away. It's a good-
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself.
But it is a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Fuck. It's actually good because I liked it.
I haven't actually seen it.
Yeah, no. I've watched a few of the Studio Ghibli films, but
Okay.
I remember when I had a Tumblr page back in, a guy had it in like 2012 or something. I was called Adventure Totoro. That was my
Oh, sick,
my
yeah.
Tumblr handle. So
What should I watch? What's the first one I should watch? Is it Attack on Titan?
it's either that or kind of like a Death Note. Because Death Note is kind of like, I
I've
look
actually
back.
never seen Death Note still.
Why are they always? They always sound so aggressive though. Like Attack on Titan, Death Note, Monster X Monster Hunter or something.
Hunter?
Monster
Hunter.
X Monster Hunter.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
You made it sound like Digimon. Or something.
I like Digimon.
Pocket Monsters.
I like that as well. Pokemon. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you got Crunchyroll?
Yes.
Do you have an Apple TV?
No.
Can you watch it on Apple TV? I want to watch anime on Apple TV. Can I do that for someone? I just want to do that. Does no one know how?
I'm not a technician. I can't.
Did you watch what did you watch on your what's your TV? Wait, no, because I just realised you've got some sort of dodgy setup, haven't you?
No, all legit. 100% legit.
I thought I was exposing you halfway through.
Oh,
It's 100% legit.
Bro, I just broke fucking hell. How do you watch it? On your PC?
Yeah, or like I set up like my laptop on my my TV, the kind of HDMI.
I might do that.
You have a smart TV, don't you?
I've got a smart TV, yeah.
You might not have that. Crunchyroll app is like hard to find though. I don't think I can get it on my TV. I have to do an HDMI thing.
I thought you have to.
Bro, I'm telling you, do my legit way.
Yeah, I do legit. Yeah.
Have you seen Mob Psycho 100?
No, I need
Good
to
one.
watch more. Like I haven't.
Okay.
I'm trying to watch all the ones that everyone mentions.
Yeah, Mob Psycho 100. Put that on your list. That's a good one.
Okay,
That's really good.
Have you ever seen Vinland Saga?
No. Okay, we got
It's
to share
aggressive.
some recommendations after this.
That
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
See, that one is aggressive. Like there's a lot of fighting.
Blood?
Yeah,
Yeah, alright.
It's not a necessity for you.
Yeah.
you want blood or don't want blood?
I want blood, yeah.
You want blood?
Yeah, I want blood, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attack on Titan, I watched that. It's just the big things are weird.
Yeah, he saw
I
one.
believe that is somewhat the point. I
He
think
saw
you're
one
Okay.
episode.
okay.
Well, no, I saw it and then it got taken off of Netflix like the day after.
Right,
So I was
yeah.
like, what's the point then? Can't get it settled in and then it gets deleted from me.
The thing about Attack on Titan is the first season was so good if you were into that kind of show, but the real character development comes in the second and third.
Okay.
Like the first season just feels a lot like, like Jesus Christ, this is absolutely dismal. Like everything is going wrong,
And
and then they
learning
start
about them.
exploring the characters in season. I mean, season 2 was quite short, I think, but it's so good.
How many episodes per season of Attack on Titan?
I want to say like season 1's like 20 episodes.
Well, I'm on season 4 and I'm on episode 65.
Okay.
66.
Oh, that's not bad then. And 20 minutes each.
20,
Yeah.
20, yeah, 26 maybe.
I might watch it
Yeah,
next week because I'm going
Or
somewhere.
21. I don't know.
And I can take my laptop. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
but
Watch Demon Slayer.
okay.
See, the thing is like, have you seen? You must have seen the whole of it, right?
Yeah, I've
Demon
seen
Slayer.
the season.
Yeah. I feel like it's quite hard for people because I've known people who've wanted to get into anime and I've gone like, oh, watch Attack on Titan, and they'd be like, wow, this is so good, wow, this twist is crazy. But then I've gone like, watch Demon Slayer, and they haven't quite watched enough yet, like to kind of stick with it. Because when you get to like, I think it's like, I can't remember what episode it is, but you know that moment, I think it went viral on Twitter when it happened. It's like,
Don't use Twitter.
oh yeah, no, it's like one of the biggest fight scenes in it towards the end in the forest,
Okay.
where he kind of remembers his. I don't want to spoil it in case you want to watch it,
Yeah,
but
true.
there's like this
Okay.
huge moment, and when I got to that, I was just completely shattered by it. I was like, oh my god, visually it's incredible, and they were saving this like huge moment, and visually it just like completely blew me away.
Is
But
it one of the other characters or is it like
main guy,
Tanjiro?
yeah,
Okay.
You're selling it more to me than you ever have done.
It's because you don't listen to me. I've given up explaining it to you. It's been a year and a half of.
Fair enough.
Because he's obsessed with Game of Thrones and
right.
other
Well,
terrible
don't make
programs.
it sound like an idiot.
Breaking
Well,
Bad as well.
there's nothing wrong with those shows.
Do you like Breaking Bad?
Yeah. I was rewatching it. I watched the first episode again the other day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yes.
I would assume so if he's rewatching it.
Do you not like it?
No, I love it. It's the best show
Okay.
ever.
I think it's like maybe it's that part of me that's going like you can't call the show that everyone calls the best show ever the best
I
show
know.
ever.
That's why I don't like you saying I like Game of Thrones because like everyone watches Game of Thrones, but Breaking Bad is really good.
Yeah,
though.
but no
Do
one
you like
wants to
Game of
know that
Thrones?
they like. No one wants them to like. Nobody really wants other people to know that they like Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
still.
true. Not anymore.
Because
yeah,
of the
yeah,
last
yeah.
season.
Yeah. Before I'm like, yeah, Game of Thrones is the best, but now I'm like, I don't watch that.
Do you like Game of Thrones?
No. Yeah, I do.
Liar.
I do, but the last season still broke me.
What's that show that everyone was having a go at that ended recently?
Call of Duty.
No, Line of Duty.
Line of Duty. Sorry,
Line of Duty.
Line of Duty. Do you watch
Line
that?
of Duty.
No, I haven't.
Jay just watching it at the moment.
Oh no.
Why?
I don't know. Him and his girlfriend, I think.
How far through are they?
I don't know, but he was like, oh, I'm watching Line of Duty. It's really good. And I was like, isn't that the one that everyone's going on about? About
Yeah,
it ending really bad? And he was like, oh no.
My family watched it for so long.
Yes.
Laura's watched it for so long, and I watched the last 3 episodes with her. And even I was disappointed with the ending, and I was only 3 episodes in at the last 3 episodes. It was so bad.
I think it's very hard to make an ending that feels right though,
It is true.
because apparently the Attack on Titan manga has ended now. Because obviously this final season isn't actually the final season. Like there's another piece that's releasing next year, which is great because I don't want it to end. But it's
True.
like apparently the manga's released and people were quite disappointed. But there's no good way of ending it.
No, it's not.
It's all it's all in the journey.
Yeah, especially when it's something that's written as well, because the
Yeah.
written can always be so much more expansive than the actual show. That's the problem with Game of Thrones is that you've got the books that are like, so detailed. Like they even if they wanted to, they could never catch up. They have to do 20 seasons to be able to actually end it properly.
trying
It's
to think
just
of something
not
that
possible.
does end well.
People said that How I Met Your Mother ended badly, and I watched it and I was like, I quite like that ending.
I didn't like it.
Did you not?
No. It was just it was literally the last like 7 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spoiler, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it by now, to be honest, you're not going to watch it. Yeah, it was just like where the wife is in hospital.
Yeah.
That from that point onwards, it was just kind of, you didn't even need to do this.
Yeah.
Could have just ended it.
I guess. I think it was just kind of like, I think the best way of ending it was kind of taking it away from the focus, which I thought it was almost like edging you out of the story. You know what I mean? So it's like you have this huge reason why the show is a thing, and then it's kind of like, but something that happens along the way, this is why it ends, and this is how it ends. And I thought it was like quite a peaceful ending.
Although that show got ruined for me when I realized that it shows Ted when he's older, and it's still Ted, but he's just a bit older, and the whole voiceover is Bob Saget.
Oh, right.
So I'm like, why is Bob Saget doing the voiceover as old Ted, and then it cuts to old Ted, and he's still Ted? His voice has changed.
There's another example of that as well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
So do you know Gilmore Girls?
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
I've seen an
Great.
episode.
The voice of that is Christian Bell. The girl, the lady from Frozen.
Okay.
Elsa
Yeah.
or Anna.
Read the room.
Frozen's really good.
Okay.
Banger.
I've never seen it.
It's a great film.
I think it is good. I think I saw it like 6 years ago. Or
Yeah,
something.
but again, it's another one thing. It got so like hyped that you can't enjoy it anymore. But it was good on first watch.
Tell you what, Moana has some
Oh,
bangers
so
in it.
good.
I need to see all of these.
It's so
and
good.
I have nothing against them. I actually want to see them.
Yeah.
I just haven't.
Moana has some bangers in it. Like the songs in Moana are sick.
Yeah. Do what Laura and I did. So we watched the Avengers, or the Marvel.
You're a Marvel fan.
Yeah, I was big on Marvel when it was like really happening. These days I haven't watched any of the shows yet. Or
Oh, yeah,
anything
there's
like
only
that.
two, right, so far.
Yeah, I mean,
WandaVision.
because I watched the ones that were on Netflix, like the Daredevils and the
yeah.
Punishers. I loved
Yeah.
Punisher.
Punisher's amazing.
Yeah,
The others.
but Jessica Jones, right?
was
David
good.
Tennant and Jessica Jones was so good.
Yeah.
I still just didn't like the.
I don't know why. I feel like I kind of have this connection to David Tennant. Have you ever
I was
seen
going to
that?
say Jessica Jones.
No. Have you ever seen that video of him accepting an award, like a lifelong achievement award? I cried when I watched it for some reason. I was like, wow, you fucking did it, David Tennant. I guess it's because he's kind of like a piece
Yeah.
of childhood, you know?
Well, Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think anyone who's big into Doctor Who would have him as like one of the heroes.
No, I do. Yeah, I do really like him. I wasn't attached to that level.
Okay.
But have you seen the new Marvel shows?
No,
You should
I
watch
haven't
them.
watched any
They're
like
good.
since Endgame.
Yeah, so we watched it in timeline order and really enjoyed that. And now we're going to go watch Pixar from the start. It's a bit different. Obviously, it doesn't connect, but
Yeah. Well, the Pixar Theory. Have you heard of the
No, go
Pixar
on, go on.
Theory? The Pixar, this is fucking...
is it going to ruin my childhood?
No. It's
Okay.
like this thing in
Hasn't
like
even-
2014.
Yeah.
A video I watched in 2014, which basically says that there are Easter eggs connecting every single one of the Pixar films.
Okay.
And it creates like a cinematic universe within the
I've
Pixar
seen
films.
one of those kind of videos.
Yeah.
but
It's very loose. Very,
Yeah, but
very
something
loose.
nice that people can like attach themselves to.
Yeah, and I can't remember the ins and outs of it. I would absolutely butcher it, but it's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
there's always an Easter egg of their next film in the previous film as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so, yeah.
yeah.
So it's like in Toy Story 3, there'll be the Lightning McQueen car. Or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
It will suggest that there's going to be Cars 2 or something.
Because they overlap, of course, because it takes so long, doesn't it, to make one?
Yeah.
That like by the time they're finishing the first one, or that one, the other one's already in production and everything. So
I think there's a thing which is like they use trees to travel through time. Like that's like
Oh,
a
wow.
big thing in it. And
I
have you
didn't
seen
delve this far? Into
have you seen Brave?
yeah.
Like the witch in
think so.
Brave is meant to be the little girl in Monsters Inc. I think.
Oh, and isn't
Because there's like a
No, yeah,
statue
yes.
of Sully in her house.
There's a Toy Story one, right?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's one of Toy Story. It's like Sid or Andy from Toy Story is someone else in.
Yeah, I can't
Another
remember it
thing.
exactly,
well,
but
I know that in Frozen. So for those who don't want to,
you keep bringing it back to
yeah, a Frozen spoiler coming up, guys. If you don't want to be spoiled,
I don't think
listen
people are
away.
going to really mind
No.
about this one.
So in Frozen, obviously, her parents die on a boat.
I haven't seen it.
Sorry, and that's why she has to become queen, etc. And apparently, her parents are connected to Tarzan. I think.
Yes, I think I've seen that as well.
Because in Tarzan, the boat, something like that. The boat connects to something.
I think like Elsa's parents are meant to be Tarzan's parents as well, or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
You're telling me that Elsa and Tarzan are related?
Well, no,
Maybe,
but
I'm not saying they're not.
No. I'll after this, I'll search it up and I'll find it for you. You know, it'll be great. But
It's actually really, it's a good watch, even though it's complete tripe. It says,
yeah, I'll watch it. Is it called? It's just type in like
the Pixar Theory. If you type in Pixar Theory, it comes up.
I'll definitely watch
And
that.
when I was younger, I was like, "There's going to be a big film called like Pixar," and it's like there's going to be like a big battle and shit. No.
Might be.
That would be
You
amazing,
never know.
to be fair.
Yeah, the end game of
Yeah.
It would come out of
Pixar.
nowhere though, because the whole Pixar Theory thing is so like not underground necessarily, but like never
But
been explored.
If that film, you see how Endgame, realistically, a lot of it was just kind of going back through the moments. If it had that in the film,
Oh yeah, that would be kind of cool.
so it went through every film and showed all the clips, and everyone would be like, "Oh my god, I never knew that."
Yeah.
And then they'd go back and
Yeah.
watch the old one to see if it was actually in it.
That'd be cool. Maybe in like a Monsters Inc. film, it would work as well. If because that character's meant to be like really important in the Monsters Inc. lore, or like the Pixar lore, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
It's
I'm gonna watch
interesting.
it before I start binging the films. Start noticing things.
Well, there'll be a lot of spoilers though if you haven't seen any.
No, I have seen them all.
Okay,
But
yeah,
it's like Avengers. I've seen all of the Marvel films, but I want to go watch it in
in
timeline
order. Yeah.
So actually, it's really interesting because isn't Captain America's first, and then it's Captain Marvel. Obviously, Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Well, pretty much brand new. It's really interesting to watch it, and you do pick up on a lot more things than you would normally. But the ending scenes are the post credit scenes are all wrong, obviously, because it's it's out of order. But no, I've been enjoying it. I don't know what's weird. What I like about the Marvel universe is that they started off like underrated, because they had no money. So the Marvel studios had no money because they sold all their top films to Sony and stuff like that. So they went with Iron Man. I think they did that. I saw it on TikTok. They did a focus group with some kids, and they were like, right, out of all the characters we've got, pick the one that's going to sell the most toys. Because they made Iron Man and made films so they can sell some more toys.
Right.
So and the kids chose Iron Man, so they started with that. They had like a washed-up actor, which at the time was Robert Downey Jr. And he got paid like $800K for the first one or something like that. And then the end game, he got paid like 70 mil or something like that. But what's really interesting is all the characters in the Avengers is kind of throwaway characters at the start, but now Disney have gone and bought Fox. Now they've got X-Men, they've got all these great characters to bring back in. Obviously they've got Spider-Man now back in the MCU. So
I like how you said 800K as like a...
Yeah, it's
you
like
only got
just
it.
800K.
I know.
I made that last week.
Yeah, but for an actor, I imagine that's,
Yeah.
For that bigger film as well.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah. But no, it's really interesting. One thing I was going to bring up to you, which I just remembered now, is, on the song For the Summer, me and JJ.
I know.
Oh,
the song.
right.
Yeah. So you commented on that video, right? And you said, it's For the Summer. The song's called For the Summer. We
Yeah, I
released it in
remember
like
it now,
November
yeah.
or something like that. And you made a comment saying, For the Summer releases it in November, right? But the crazy part is, I didn't know it was you, because when you first posted it, it was just another comment.
Right.
And then now I go back on that video, and that was you. And then like 5 years later, I find out that you're the person who made that comment.
Did you see that comment? Did that comment like? Did you go like, "Grr"?
A little
I told
bit,
you, JJ, we shouldn't have released it this time. I told you.
No, it was,
I completely forgot about that comment, but that does sound like something I'd comment.
No,
so-
yeah. But the reason I bring it up is because I do remember that comment. When I first posted
Wow.
the video, I was like, so now I'm like, that was James Marriott. That's mental.
Yeah.
It's because we had the song and then the label was going to release it for us. And then it all fell
God
through
damn.
and it didn't happen. So we were like, oh, fuck it, let's just release it ourselves.
Labels are the
But
worst.
it was late, yeah. But I want to bring that up because it's always so funny.
I completely forgot. There's like I remember when there's something about getting a comment which gets a lot of likes, which is always a bit fun.
Yeah.
I always like the probably like the earliest connection I have to kind of you lot was. Do you remember? Were you the one who filmed this video? I think it was like it was JJ's birthday, and he went to visit like a fan's house that sent him a letter.
I think I did.
The guy, it was
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Were
I
you the
filmed-
fan?
No, that was me.
Imagine.
No, I went to that guy's primary school, and I was the only other person like in like our village that was making YouTube videos at the time. So we
Yeah.
made YouTube videos after that video.
Oh.
That's sick.
So like I had like I can't have had more than like 50 subscribers, and we were making these like videos together with that Harry guy.
It's so weird,
I
isn't it?
think I went on that one.
Yeah.
I think he did it twice, and I can't remember if I
Which
went.
one you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many stories like that though. Like it's so weird. Like even like Nico Chunks, like they were like
Yeah.
big into like the FIFA community back then, and now they're doing like crazy things.
Well, I met
crazy things.
Nico on at a Calux meetup.
Really?
I went with Cal. I think I must have had like, I don't know, 10K, 20K subs maybe.
Right.
And I met Nico, and he was like he just took a picture as a fan, basically.
I used to watch his videos all the time, right? And they were so cringy. And they were bad. They were bad, right? And I used to, but I was always like drawn to them. So he must have been doing something right, because I think they were entertaining. Yeah. But they were very, like, it's the type of video that you make where you don't want your friends or family to find out ever. That's the type of stuff he was doing. He's like wearing like wigs. He's like doing silly voices and stuff. And I was just like, this is really weird. But I kept watching it, and then he just kept smashing it. And then I think when he applied that to, when he started maturing a bit more, he actually applied it to real world things. Started to like bang. But it's so funny in chunks as well. Like the old like Mandem groups they used to do.
Yeah. Smashing it.
Yeah, it's mental to see.
I remember the year before, like I really started taking YouTube seriously, or kind of like performing, I guess, even the slightest amount.
Yeah.
Because I studied in London. Mm-hmm. I studied at UCL, and I lived in Camden. I remember I went to a club in Camden at one point, and I saw Calix there. Oh, and he was there with, I think it was just Sarah at the time. And I was like, oh my God, like this was like one of the really, like this was my second year in London, but I'd barely like seen any, like at that time, famous people, right? And I went up to him and I was like, right? It had to be him, like. Yeah. But I went up to him and I remember just like completely bottling it, because at the time I really like overthought a lot of social interactions. Like it's very easy for me to really get in my head about things.
Yeah.
And I just like very awkwardly, like 6'4" man, like walked up to Calix and Sarah and went, "I've been following you guys for ages." And I was just like,
since McDonald's around the corner.
No, exactly. I was like, oh God, they're going to think that I was literally just like stalking them around this. And then I like, it was just like this really awkward silence. I was just stood there like, oh God, they probably think I'm like the fucking worst.
That's amazing.
And then Calix went like, wow, look at that guy, he's vomiting. And I was like, yeah, he is. And then I left. I was just like, fuck. I was so bad. I've spoken to him about it since, but it's just like, oh God.
Oh my. Does he remember it?
I don't, probably not. He was probably drunk.
That's
awful.
There's so many encounters like that when you look back. Like when you first start, I guess all of us doing what we do now, it's very weird when you meet people, especially like, so when I first met JJ, it was a very nervous encounter, even though I've spoken to him for years before. It's just when you meet someone for the first time, it's really weird. Is it Eurogamer?
First time you met JJ?
You know the Eurogamer where he and Syndicate would do like the dance off? Yeah. It was them. And it was the first time I met a lot of people, really. Like Cal stole my phone. I got a brand new iPhone. Like, so I moved to London for uni. Then I went to queue up at the iPhone launch, and it was the worst experience of my life. Like I was getting crushed into like the side of the pillars and stuff. It was horrible at Covent Garden. And then the next day I went to meet them there, and then like Freezy took my phone and was filming it for ages, and I was like, can I have my phone back? I thought I was going to steal it. But someone come up to me then at Eurogamer. It's the first time I've really been to like a YouTube event, and they were like, oh bro, can I get a pic? And I was like, fucking oh yeah. but he just wanted me to take a picture of him and his friend.
Oh.
In my head, I actually thought he wanted to take a picture with me.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I remember going to my first few events, and I was doing like the way that when I first started doing like okay was around the time that Alex and I were doing our podcast, like the Camcast back in the day. And we went to Insomnia a few times as the Camcast. I think maybe even just twice or something.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we would like do these meet and greets together, and you never really knew who was going to like queue up and go like, yeah, I want a picture of both of you, or who would obviously come for Alex. Yeah. So I would just be there like, do you want me in the photo?
Yeah.
And it was just the worst. I hated that. But
yeah, I've been there with these lot. Yeah. Or even yourself.
I've been there with JJ all the time.
I mean, that's the big one, right? So that's
we at a train station, and then someone's like, oh, can I get a picture? And I'm like, I just stand at the side. And then one day, someone was like, oh, you know, you too. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I've made it.
Well, not even because I've made it, just because I don't have to anymore stand awkwardly. Like, I can actually, at least I'm like, can smile. Like, I'd rather do that than just look awkwardly on the side. But it's mad to see where people are now, really. Especially like JJ, we were just talking before as well. Like I saw a TikTok this morning because I'm obsessed with TikTok. I've now made it clear. And this guy was talking about a beard. You know the beard things that you scratch on your face and it gives you a beard. It's meant to like.
It's like a roller thing that it's meant to help you grow a beard.
So if you've got a patchy beard or something,
it's definitely not real.
Probably use that.
You know, because the TikTok was a guy explaining it and a doctor confirming it's true.
Yeah, but he could have just dress someone up like a doctor and
no, he was a doctor. I can confirm he was.
But it probably it might.
Did you see his
like,
credentials?
No, I didn't actually. So maybe I'm lying.
It might just help, help it look bushier.
I think what happens is it tricks your collagens. Yeah,
We'll just say yes.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Into thinking, I don't know. It does something, right?
Okay.
Anyway, it's not the point. It's not the point. Anyway, Doctor confirms, and it's like 2 million likes or something. And in the comments, someone put, "Hey, KSI, you need this, bro." And it's like 50,000 likes. I'm like, why don't I just keep?
Wow.
Just KSI is everywhere on TikTok now.
Yeah.
Wherever I go, I'm like, oh, why is he there again?
Yeah. It's every time we get a cab somewhere, this song will come on at least once in the journey.
Yeah, I
Every
noticed
time.
that as well.
Yeah.
And I still have that. I still always get the urge to just like record it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm always like, wow, that's cool. That's a bit of me, and
Yeah.
I just like record it. Yeah,
Sometimes I send it to him and he goes like, "Lol," and I'm like, "Why did I send that?"
Yeah.
He's
and
already
like,
got it from everyone.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Yes, my song is there again. Yeah.
he's mad now. Really, he's like everywhere.
Well, talking to music,
yeah.
Randolph is
Music.
a rapper.
Yes, I've heard.
Fuck off.
Because
No.
I sent you my music before it was out, like my
yeah.
last.
The first stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I probably not slow down. I don't like slow down. I
I
always
think you did send that.
did. I
You
send that as
definitely
well?
did. Yeah, I heard that.
What was the first song called?
So the first song was called Slow Down, and
Oh,
that
what was
was
the second song called?
him.
Okay.
And then there was what was it? New Face and Cooling came out like a few days after him, and now I'm working on Wake Up. Well, it's done, but working on it.
After him, I was like, after who?
Yeah.
Then him, yeah.
Slow Down, I listen to a lot on stream.
Well, yeah, that's the
Like-
thing is because it's on that. It was on Josh's
Josh's
playlist.
playlist.
But it was one of the ones I actually liked.
Oh, thank you.
It was that playlist was like 200 songs or something. And
Yeah.
after listening through once, I was like, well, this is down to about 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is because I remember I think hymns on there now as well. But I like it's quite interesting to me because obviously on the Spotify backend you can see what playlists are giving you plays.
Yeah.
And it's Harry's playlist has Slow Down on it as well. So it's like Josh's playlist, Harry's playlist, and then just like a bunch of other like random.
That playlist is big though, the Josh's one. Like a lot of people use it.
Yeah. A lot of people
he
do.
needs to keep updating it though.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like me and Jamie.
and AJ Tracy.
And the two songs
Yeah.
I've released.
Yeah.
AJ Tracy as well, and that's it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, I like Slow Down. I thought it was sick.
See, I think it's just like when you. I'm of the opinion I don't really get this with YouTube videos that often anymore. But when I look back on stuff I made a year ago, I
true,
always
yeah.
cringe.
To be
'cause
fair, I did that with my stuff, so I can
Yeah.
understand
Wait,
why
you
you
took a
doing
musical.
Yeah,
video?
I think because just in general, especially because when I did Slow Down, it was after maybe 3 months of really trying to learn production and writing.
Yeah.
And now I look back on it and I'm like, wow, I really went ahead and sang 3 notes and went, yeah, that's a song. But I think it kind of works for the genre it is, which is just kind of like in the back.
Yeah.
Kinda
It's
stuff.
a nice vibe.
Yeah.
Check.
So is music something you want to do more than
Yeah.
like? Do you want to just kind of make songs and that's it, kind of thing, or do you want to actually do something further with it?
I kind of like I'm in quite a free space with it at the moment. I think in all honesty, after we've spoken about JJ, that's really inspiring. Like the idea of like maintaining stuff on YouTube, and because I really, as much as it is a bit of a meme, like I really enjoy kind of dissecting things online. I find that just like that plays into my personality quite well.
Yeah.
But there is a part of me that just cannot get like that satisfaction that I get out of music, and to be able, if at one point to play live in front of people would be fantastic. But I'm kind of open to whatever at the moment. I don't think I'll stop writing music at this point, but whether I keep releasing it or not kind of depends on, how these next few ones go. So fingers crossed. But
And that's the one that you sent me today. Oh,
yeah,
that's
that one's
days.
coming out next month.
That was sick.
It's exciting. Because like I work with these 2 Finnish guys, and the first song I didn't work with them. I worked with another guy called John Swan.
Are they? Sorry to interrupt. Are they an item? As in, like, not relationships, but are they a group?
No,
They come
so
as a couple.
Is it completely chance that you met 2 Finnish guys?
Well, the thing is like I met Holder, who's the first person I worked with, through my girlfriend Aria. He's just her friend. He worked on he did you remember H3's really old theme? He did one of he did fried dumplings for Filthy Frank back in the day.
Oh shit.
So he did he's kind of intertwined with the YouTube scene quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I worked with him, and we finished the EP together. So basically the way it works is I usually write on guitar, and then I write vocal lines on top of that,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
melodies and stuff. And then New Face was very much I like this song. It was a song called I think There's Something You Should Know by the 1975, and I was like, I kind of want to make something like this. And then we did a session together, and co-wrote that. And then by the time it came to mixing and mastering, we were thinking we should probably not do this ourselves. We should send it to someone else. And he went, I know this guy called Scylla.
Got you.
So it just happened to be someone he knew that he was he's brilliant. So he'll
Fair
work
enough.
on it.
Yeah. I thought it was random that there's 2 Finnish guys, but I guess through him.
Yeah, I've always heard like Scandinavian people are the best for music. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, we'll get
They're
another
mad.
Finnish guy on it. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. When you finish a song, are you like finished it?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't said that yet, but I really should. I think that's a winner.
Do you get it?
Somehow my brain figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost laughed when you were saying that because you're like, oh, we finished that. And I was like,
Ah, well, I've got something.
Wait
Wait till you hear this.
wait for you to stop talking to me. I've got a banger. but yeah, your music's really good. Like I
Thank
couldn't
you.
believe the one that you sent me was actually, like live music, well, like live
Yeah.
drums. And I don't know if it's for the whole track, but
No, you could- I think I've leaked enough of it at this point because
Nice.
like the issue is when I have something finished, I'm like, oh, I really want to release it now, but
Yeah.
that's not how
he
it
went
works.
to laugh there.
finished.
Is
No,
it
no, no,
finished?
actually, I didn't notice it then. To be fair,
Okay.
I'm on to the next joke now. Not sure what it is yet, but I'll let you know when I find it.
But there's the drummer is a guy called Eli who's also from Finland. So
I like leaking music more than I do releasing it now. So
Right.
most of the songs that I've got that I haven't released yet, I've leaked them all.
He doesn't release music anymore.
Nah,
what is it about it? What's making you not want to release?
don't know.
Is it the pressure?
Probably a bit, yeah.
Because I'm feeling a lot of pressure right now
Yeah.
for this next one. Because this is the first one. Because like him did good for me, especially, and I've actually I've managed to collect a bit of budget around it. So now
Yeah.
I'm doing a music video for Wake Up.
That's
I
sick.
was just about to ask that.
Yeah, and that's like okay. Now we're booking a studio. Now I'm renting a cinema camera. And now
pressure's
I'm
getting
like
there.
now I'm thinking about like hiring a lighting director. I didn't even know that those were things. And it's like okay, now this one's actually serious. Like there is actually like money on this song.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more pressure behind that. It's like I need people to like this now, at least a few
Yeah.
people. So
Yeah.
it's a lot scarier.
Yeah, it's. I think that's probably part of it, really.
Yeah.
And with Pokemon, I enjoy it more. So it's like, as in,
Yeah.
I enjoy music. I enjoy making music, but the whole like release part of it, I just don't really love that because of pressure.
Well, because it's one. Sorry, you can speak if you
No,
want.
you go.
It's one thing making it. 'Cause I remember because when I first wrote Wake Up, I was like, oh my god, this chorus bangs.
Yeah.
And then it's like I probably could have left it in January because that's when I wrote it. At least the first section of it I wrote in January, and I would have loved it. But now I've listened to it like 1,000 times, probably
Yeah.
more, to get it right.
You don't
it's
like it anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you do have to release that. Like, I know that as well. Like, if I could have easily just put the songs out and moved on. It doesn't really matter because you can have a distaste to your old music.
Yeah.
But it is old music, and you always know that. Whereas if
Yes.
you make a song and leave it too long, it's old music that's now new.
yes.
So now it's outdated. That's what my four tracks I've got ready. I'm like, they would have been good if I released them, and now I'm like, I don't think it's good enough anymore.
I mean, like as long as there's no like lyrically outdated moments.
Nah, there's not really. One part I spoke about like COVID, and luckily, well, not
Yeah, luckily it's still a
Luckily,
thing.
yeah.
Luckily it's still killing people. When it
oh, fuck.
when it stops killing people, that's when I'm God, can't
Yeah,
release
well,
that anymore.
Missed my chance.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So now that song is still valid, but I don't know. I think the JJ part of it is a big part of it though, like him doing so well because we did New Age together, and that's where we met SX properly. And that's where we met the manager, Mams, and that's where JJ worked on the new stuff. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I should have struck then.
Yeah, you both did New Age, and then he was instantly like, right, I'm gonna do an album.
Jesus,
And
yeah.
I could have done that. I probably could have signed like a massive deal as well.
Yeah,
But
well,
I
he's now
didn't.
working on his second album.
Yeah.
You released an EP though,
Yeah, that did well. To be fair, I was happy with the way that did.
but then you just
Yeah,
stopped.
it's because Pokemon took off so much.
Mm.
It just did. Like it did this so well that I didn't have time. And then now I'm finally at the studio that's on the way to be ready, and now I'm doing this other thing that's taking up all my time.
But how long you been working in the studio?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But now I'm at the point where I can finish it, but I can't. I'm not here half the week.
Finish it.
I know. I'm on the way to getting the PC. I spoke to someone about it, but no, I don't know. There's a lot of pressure on it. But I do enjoy making it. That's
Yeah.
what I miss the most. I miss making it more than I miss releasing it.
Yeah, I mean that's like where the real love of it is, I think.
Yeah.
Because like it's all about like I'm writing this really dismal song called Bliss. I'm writing it. It's about I basically wrote this song when it was like 2011. I uploaded it to YouTube, like my current channel, and it was called A State of Bliss then. And it was when my nan died, and now I'm revisiting it from this like modern perspective, like my kind of like new feelings about death and existentialism. And I finished writing the outro, and I was like, oh my god, this is the most fucking depressing thing I've ever read. I just kind of sat there for a minute, like kind of shaking, like oh my god.
What have I created?
Yeah, but it's very satisfying. It's like I couldn't explore this in a commentary video. I'm like, Better Porch has released this song.
Yeah,
know?
true.
Yeah, it just doesn't really work like that. So.
Yeah.
I just like. I mean, I don't really make music. I just
No, but you do though. You kind of
He
sit.
does it, and
You kind of sit between like that area of like serious and kind of jokey.
Yeah.
I literally need him for it.
You don't know.
I do. I don't know how to make any sort of musical, non-vocal side.
Okay, yeah.
And then secondly, I've only done stuff with him, except the diss track, but that is all literally like, all right, here's some puns that vaguely rhyme.
Yeah.
Make it work.
Yeah.
And that's
Like for now though. The thing is, it's like if
I enjoy it.
You can.
Yeah,
The thing is,
fun to
all
do.
you do is you bounce ideas off me, but like you could just bounce them off yourself if that makes sense. Like I know you need someone to like record and maybe like do the whole actual song stuff, which I can do, but you can write.
I just didn't. The main thing, which will be like a huge difference between me and you, is you enjoy making the music on your own.
right.
Like, for example, I literally just don't. For me, it's literally just something fun to do with a mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like, you know,
but
you do
you
it
enjoy
too.
having
It
a
is
song,
that way
right?
for a lot of people though.
Yeah, but I feel like, you know, both of you plus JJ, you'll make a song on your own, and you're
Right.
like, okay, yeah, cool.
Mm.
Whereas I'm literally like, I just want to like sit in a studio for
Got
a
you.
few hours and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
come up with something.
That's like a really
fun.
enjoying part. Like that's a really fun part of it. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
like being
Yeah.
in the studio or
Yeah.
recording.
But I
a vocal
can't do that
yeah,
side
almost
of it.
the grind of it, I guess.
Yeah,
But to be fair, I don't think.
and I have no idea, no intention of it ever performing live. That's my nightmare.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of like here or there on it. Like I have vocal coaching once a week, and I'm still not very confident in front of other people singing. So I was like, oh god, I know because there was a talk of you know Wilbur's band. Have you heard Lovejoy yet?
No.
So
I've heard some music, but I'm not sure what I have heard.
it's so Wilbur released some music with Lovejoy the other week, I think now, like a couple weeks back. And when I met Wilbur, we actually met and started writing music together. And he was like, "Oh, we should do a thing. Like, I've got this name called Lovejoy. Let's do this."
Yeah.
And I know he's touring at the end. I probably can't say exactly when,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I know he's touring at some point. And he kind of like alluded to me like, "Oh, you should open for me."
Oh, sick.
And I was like, "Oh my god, that is terrifying," because their audience is big.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, my first show might be that. And
You
it's
should do
like,
it though. You should like jumping into the deep end is
That
always
would
like a good
be,
thing to
yeah.
do.
That would be a bit. I don't know. I would like. Obviously, it's like an opportunity that people probably can't really turn down. But I honestly still don't know if it's even going to happen.
Yeah, true.
Because he might
Yeah.
want actually. He probably, even if he heard this, he was like, actually, I probably want someone who actually knows what they're doing, rather than someone who like I'd have to learn how to do everything live. So
I don't think people know. I don't think anyone knows what they're doing. I think everyone always just falls into stuff and then
how
you
do,
then
how
react.
do you find it, the live stuff?
It's very nerve wracking.
Yeah.
When you're leading up to it, it's very nerve wracking. Being there backstage, it's horrible. But when you're on there, it just feels amazing.
Yeah, it's
It
once you've got the first word out, I guess the rest follows.
I know people always say that. And it's very easy to like I guess dismiss that, but it is the case. Like even like JJ gets nervous, and you wouldn't think someone like JJ could get nervous, but he does. You know. But before the show, we'll probably like say stuff to each other. Well, obviously the whole day we're hanging out, but then like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, we're just kind of like sat, making a joke here and there, but it is nerving. And then you get on there, and it's just fine. You forget about it all.
But does the idea of being on a stage and having people sing along to your stuff,
That sounds amazing.
that's my nightmare.
Oh yeah,
That's a nightmare.
That
but that's
amazing.
not
I'd be
for
like,
me.
oh, that's cringe.
I don't like that
For me,
idea.
just for me, like.
I hate that. Like, but when I'm on there, I like it. But now I'm like,
See, one of the reasons I like writing music is like there's something about like making a comedy video, which is fun. And like, I can imagine people commenting like, oh, this bit really made me laugh. And I'm like, oh, that made me feel good. But writing emotionally hitting music, I almost want to see it. Like, I almost want to see like, cause I've been to gigs and cried at gigs. Like when music has really meant a lot to me or certain songs.
Too.
Oh God, this is embarrassing.
And dubs.
Travis
It's
Scott.
actually the 1975. Like there was
That would make sense though, I think.
yeah, like there's some songs there which just like hit me from like dark periods of life or whatever, and it's like, oh my God, revisiting those very like viscerally, I guess. And I almost would like another version of me to kind of feel that way about my own music.
Yeah.
And to be able to be there and just imagine that happening.
Yeah, that makes
Even if you
sense.
can't exactly see everyone,
Yeah, I like doing that to a small extent. Not necessarily like a live audience, but I always enjoy playing my music around people to see how they react. So, like for example, if we were like in a taxi somewhere, I always like to put a song on and see what the reaction is like.
Yeah.
If the reaction is like, oh, this is sick, I'm like, okay, that's good. If it's like, is that you? I'm like, that's probably not one I'm going to put out.
Yeah, no,
You're like, no,
No, that's not me.
It's mate. It's mate.
I almost feel like the worst thing someone can say is, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's so
Because
bad,
that's
yeah.
like,
Feel that.
it's like, oh, wow, that's like the backup that you just say whenever you hear something
Yeah.
that your friend's done. And it's,
I get that.
It's pretty decent. To be fair, with JJ, we're pretty good. We're actually
I
often
feel
not
like
this is shit.
Yeah, I feel like I'm blunt enough that
See,
I
that's
literally will
good.
just.
I-
if I say I like it, it's genuinely. I like it.
I like it. It's not bad. But
Yeah.
it's like,
I know that can be.
I almost prefer, when people say like, yeah, I like it, or I would much rather someone say, or if someone just goes, yeah, I don't like it, that kind of sucks. But if they go, this is what I don't like about it,
Yeah,
that I could change,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
You want that, and to be honest, that's what you want the most.
Yeah.
But it is hard. The thing is, sometimes you play a song to a friend and they don't want to like let you down. They don't want to upset you. So I do understand their point of view. But if you that's JJ's good with me. He'll always be like, this is really bad.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, it's not. You're wrong. But sometimes I'll take it in.
His opinion is so different to normal people's, though.
So different.
In terms of like, we did the Disney song, and
Oh yeah, the chorus.
every single person was like, oh, I really like the chorus.
Even me, I was like, I smashed that chorus.
Yeah, and like Talia literally heard it and was like, "Oh, is this Randolph's new song? As in like just for you?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "No, this is the Disney song." It's just like, "Oh, that chorus is like really good." Showed it to JJ. He went, "Verses are hard. That chorus sucks."
Yeah. He said it on the podcast live as well.
Yeah,
We
he
were-
was just like, "You
I was
need to change that." And we were like, "Everyone else has said they like that and not mentioned the verses."
Oh
We
my
were like,
God.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you have like that, I guess in a way it's a unique taste. If it's different from everyone else's, I guess that kind of maybe what makes like his music stand out in certain crowds.
It is. No, it is though, because when I was recording for him as well, I'd be like, that sounds very bad. You shouldn't do that. But it always works. Like when you put it in, and then you mix it, the reverb, etc. It always works. And then you see people on TikTok like, oh, that bit's really sick. I'm like, well, I thought it was trash. But
I'll shut up
Disagree?
now.
Yeah, I think that's why our album works so well, because we'd always never be afraid to tell each other if it's bad or not.
That's the important thing, I think, especially when you're making something artistic, like
Yeah.
making sure you have people around you to go, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And then this is why. And Wilbur had that with me when I showed him Wake Up in January, like just a little section of it, and he was like, nah, it sounds way too much like him. Don't do that.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
he didn't say don't do that. He was just like, yeah, it's all right. It sounds too much like him though. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I need to revisit these verses in a few months. And I waited a couple months, revisited the verses, and now I'm like, I won't show it to him again until it's out, because I don't want to hear like, no, those verses sound too much
Oh yeah,
like him.
true.
but-
Yeah, so yeah, I do that as well. Yeah, you'll take on the first part, and then it's like, I'm not playing it you ever again.
Yeah, no, see,
I've
that-
heard you. That's fine. Also, you get emotionally attached to it as well. Like,
Right.
for example, you're in your situation there. He might say that again, and you're like, well, no, I want to release it now. Like,
Yeah.
I've had this song for too long now. I can't not put it out.
Exactly.
And you don't want someone to tell you it's bad because you're like, it was Gulag. To be fair, the track, Mams was like, no, you got to change this part, and I was like, nope, putting it out.
Too late.
Yeah, lucky mate.
No, I'll switch part.
I think it was the I forgot my phone. It was the hook, I think. He's like, it's not
Born
catchy
in
enough.
Ducks, Raised in Good.
Mm.
I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that part.
Yeah, I
it's
think
good.
sometimes it's nice to like disagree.
Yeah.
I think he wanted
Well,
it
it's
to be more.
subjective at the end of the day.
Yeah. Music is probably one of the most
Yeah.
subjective things out there. But he was just saying like it could be a bigger hit. You know what I'm saying it could be like it could be better. But I was like, I just like how it sounds, so I'm just gonna put it out.
Yeah. I mean, you're not really trying anywhere at the moment
No.
to get that mainstream.
I never have really. I never tried
Yeah.
to like get it, like chart or anything like that. You know, I mean, sometimes I do when people are like, oh, like, fans are always like, oh, let's try and get it somewhere. So I'm like, okay, let's try and get it somewhere. But in reality, it wouldn't make a difference to me.
It just seems for me, it just seems out of reach.
Yeah.
Like it's just like if I was to go and make this huge like thing of, oh, let's get this charting, and then it didn't chart, I'd almost be like, oh, it's a bit embarrassing for me.
Yeah, it is really hard as well, especially in the current age that we're in, where like iTunes is kind of actually really easy to get quite high on, but it's
Yeah.
really hard for that to translate into actual like charts, because the way the industry is set up is that it's always working against you. So like the radio is just political. So even album sales as well. Labels will go and buy the songs to get it higher. You see so many like perfectly legal. Well, it should be illegal, but because it's like 4 major record labels, or 3, I think now, it gets by. But it happens so often. What was it? It was 6ix9ine, wasn't it? 6ix9ine was trying to get somewhere in the charts, and then apparently, like, I think Ariana Grande's label just came and like overtook them for no reason.
Apparently, merch drops are really good, because if you do a merch drop and drop it with the album, like a download link, it counts as an album.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and you can do bundles as well. So you can do
That's wild.
Yeah, you can do a T-shirt, a hoodie, a vinyl, a cassette, and they all count as a sale. And so someone could buy 5 different merch drop, 5 different hoodie or variants, and that would count as 5 sales towards the album. Stuff like that.
I've actually got a video idea that's something to do with that. I want to tell you afterwards.
Yeah.
But
ooh, exciting.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Travis Scott as well. When he did the figure, he had an album come out, and you also bought a action figure.
Really?
And that counts towards the sale as well. There's so many dodgy stuff. And obviously radio is just whoever you can get on radio, but it's like introducing, or you get
It's
an
also
indie
like,
label.
it's just friendships as well.
It is,
If you can be friends with a label and do stuff for them, they'll literally just play a song
Really?
non-stop.
Yeah.
But then if you upset them,
Yeah,
you're
no.
just not.
Yeah, same with collaborations as well. Like sometimes someone will have like an artist, and if you work with them, they'll just so like labels will have a song, and then they'll so most people will have be the artist. They'll write the song, they'll create it, and then they'll put it out. Whereas labels will have a song, then they'll find like a producer to put the name on it, and they'll find like a singer to do the chorus, and they'll find like it's just like a jigsaw puzzle really, which is not really nice. But
Well, I think that's what's so great about like the YouTube music scene, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's raw.
It
like
is,
it's like genuinely listen to the Lovejoy like EP. It is just raw, unfiltered, like really dynamically mixed music, and it's not done through any kind of label. It's just
yeah, that's why it's so annoying when you get like artists like from the rap side of things like Quadeca and Crypt and everything. Everyone's like, YouTube rappers. I'm like, well, no, these are more pure than the mainstream rappers.
Yeah.
Even KSI. I mean, literally, like, he's more pure than a lot of the artists because he just did it himself.
Yeah.
If you're, say, you release a song,
Yeah.
blows up, like gets top 5. Just imagine.
Right.
Would you quit YouTube?
See, I don't know. I don't think so. I like even when because I mean him I think gets more listens daily than any video I have like in my backlog.
That's sick.
And I still feel like I can't, like, YouTube's my job.
Yeah.
Like I can't let go of. I mean, I think I went a month without uploading on it in February, and by the end of it, I was just like, I need to get back to it. I need to like start uploading again.
Yeah.
So I don't think there will always be things that I'll want to put like my 2 cents on, like throughout anything, even if it's other influencer music or whatever, or like a book or something. I'll always have time to make like a little commentary video on something. So I don't think I'd ever quit it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so inspiring about JJ, to be honest, is like still like keeping up with everything on top of music. Like being able to be having like mainstream plays and mainstream opportunities while still kind of continuously cultivating an online audience, because a lot of it's social media based now anyway.
That's what I'm saying. It took so long. Obviously, we knew that from the start, or I did. It's, from JJ, I'm like, music wise, I was always puzzled why no one's like picking him up, or no one's like putting him in these places where he should be, because they need him as well. Like it's going to sound marketing now, but the demographic that people always struggle to get is like JJ's demographics. If you get him, you've got it. So I was like, why are the labels not like? First, I get why they maybe don't want to support someone who's on YouTube, but like you need him. So like now it's proven them. It's proof.
I mean, look at the Bella Porch and Olivia Rodrigo released on the same day. 24 hours later, Bella Porch's song had twice the views of Olivia Rodrigo's.
Not gonna lie, I didn't know Olivia Rodrigo had posted.
She's got a new song. It's that song that
Good
everyone thinks sounds like Paramore, isn't it?
It does.
It
sounds
does,
exactly.
yeah. It does.
I listen.
So like good Paramore or like
No, yeah,
Good.
okay.
Yeah, it's a good song. I listened to the chorus and I was like, oh, this bangs. I love it. And then my girlfriend showed me the Paramore song and I went, oh, this is that song.
Yeah, this is White
Wait,
Bangs.
which Paramore song?
Oh God, I can't remember now. One of the really famous ones as well.
Misery Business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Thanks.
I was a big Paramore fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So listen to the song after. You'll hear the difference.
It's the chorus. It's very close. And I remember thinking when I listened to it, I was like, wow, the verse and the chorus are very disjointed here. And I was like, the chorus sounds amazing, but the verse is just a bit like, you've heard it before.
I agree. So it's my experience with the song so far has been on TikTok because I'm an addict or whatever. But I hear the chorus, right? The one that sounds like Paramore. And then today I was actually on Apple Music listening to her actual album, and I played that song, but I didn't know what it was called. And the start of it feels nothing like the actual chorus. And I didn't know. I was so puzzled to find out that was the song that everyone's going crazy about. Because I heard the chorus first. It's crazy.
It just has a drum fill, and then the triple strum guitars, and then it's like, oh, I'm here now. I'm in a completely different song.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Damn, I need to listen to it.
It's good. I mean, the chorus is good, but then it's maybe a bit stolen, allegedly. So
I don't know how I feel about it. Like you'll see, listen to both. It feels like, I don't know. It doesn't feel stolen though.
well, I think a lot of like big songs take inspiration from others.
They do, yeah.
But this one feels of like very engineered, especially like talking about labels and like constructing songs and then taking them to artists. Like Olivia Rodrigo probably being one of the biggest priorities right now. She probably has a massive team kind of constructing these songs and going, right, we need to play into nostalgia of the noughties. That's what people want at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's take Misery Business, make it into a song for now, change up the verses, no one will notice. Everyone notices.
Yeah. That's why I can't do that. I don't know. It's like, it's not even me trying to be like noble or anything like that, or be, I'm an artist. Nothing like that. I just can't let people tell me what to do. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
If someone came to me and was like, this sound is really working right now, you should do a song around that. I'm like, no. Like, go fuck yourself. I just don't want to do it. Like, it's not like a
so big time, bro.
No, it's not that. It's just I don't know. I've always hated people telling me what to do, even when I was like 10. Like, you're not telling me what to do.
I mean, that's what attracts a lot of people to YouTube, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's why I started it. At the end of the day, because I couldn't get on radio, couldn't get on all these platforms. I was like, oh, screw you, I'm gonna just do YouTube. And then, that had some success that way. It's like, now, why would I want to do what they didn't let me do? If that makes sense. I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, what are we talking about next?
Well, let's talk about YouTube. Obviously, the Eboys, he's going to come up at some point.
Right. I've noticed a few Sidemen mentions of the Eboys. I'll get it from like get it from like an Instagram story. It's like, what do you think of like what Zerka said in the latest Simon Sunday? And I'm like, oh god, what's the time code? It's like, oh, now I'm gonna watch an hour-long video to find like a 10-second mention.
Wait, and what did they say?
I to be honest, I don't know if I found it.
Well, you're in the Sidemen. What did you say?
I mean, it's all jokes at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, see,
we normally just say like they didn't.
Another one bites the dust or something.
Yeah.
They've gone. One down. Beta squad next.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you've always done it with Beta Squad anyway because they don't upload, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. We stopped uploading at the same time. Beta Squad.
You uploaded Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Was your last video?
Yeah.
Their last video.
Good video, to be fair.
Their last video was Christmas Day.
Really? God,
Yeah. You guys carried on. You guys carried on with the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, podcast was quite big for you after that, right? Instead of doing videos.
Because we knew we weren't going to be doing the videos for a while. Because like I was very wary of like COVID stuff.
Yeah.
And now obviously the cases are down. I'm actually vaccinated now. So I actually got vaccinated so soon after the Eboys ended. But that's the reason we weren't really recording in person.
Yeah.
And then we kept the podcast going. And I think Will at one point was just like, I don't enjoy podcasts. So he's like, I'm not a podcaster. And he'd rather spend the energy doing other things. And at that point we had the conversation. It was like, yeah, that's it.
So I guess, was it just a case of we don't know what to make anymore?
Well, I think it's like, we knew that the videos would be coming back. We were planning like a big thing for kind of like late May, early June.
Yeah.
And then we were going to get like a studio for the podcast, a studio for shoots.
Yeah.
And then I think Will just had this conversation. He was like, even if it went back to doing all the videos and stuff, I don't really know if that's kind of what I want to be doing. Because he was doing the JD stuff for quite a while now as well. I think he's coming to the end of that contract. And I don't know if it's really, that's the kind of stuff that he wants to be doing in the future. So he said like, yeah, even if it went back to that, I don't know if I'd want to do it anymore. And I think all of us just kind of agreed. Will said like, you guys could continue doing it, you three. I completely understand. Like, I give you all my shares. And I was just like, doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't.
It's like, at that point, it's like, even if I wanted to do a group thing, I don't think I could do a group thing with Alex and George now and not have Will in it because it's so established as that.
It's tough. Like, imagine you guys, like, if one of you wasn't in there, it'd be weird, right?
It would be weird.
You'd film and you'd be like, oh, waiting for that joke from that person, and it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
You'd get quite sad.
But it's so established. It's like, and bear in mind, like, Eboys were only around for like, realistically, we were like uploading for maybe 7 months. So it's like, for you guys, that's like even longer established chemistry.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Every comment for the next however long is just going to be about it.
Yeah. How long do you see the Sidemen lasting?
No idea till I make enough that I can say fuck you to everyone.
But I mean, yeah.
I don't know. We actually spoke about that a while ago, and we were like, when Harry's the youngest by like 2 years, maybe a year and a half or whatever. We were like, when he hits 30, we were like, at that point, we're all old. Like,
What are you then? You like 38 then?
Wow.
Why?
Well,
why?
Well, Harry's how old's Harry now?
Why?
Well, Harry's like, what,
Why
24?
did that just happen?
I'm just trying to do the maths in my head.
He is 24.
So makes you...
But he's 25 in November. I would have just turned 29. No. So I'll be 34 when he's 30.
Not bad. That's fine. But content, I don't know.
But I think but even then, I don't think it'd be done. I think it would just be like try and do less, but bigger videos.
Well, I mean, like PKA still do podcasts like all those years on. Like, I think that's the way I saw it. I was like, I don't know. Even with the Eboys and where I wanted to go with it, I was like, I imagine us doing videos for a while, but I wouldn't mind doing a podcast until like I'm not on the internet or I just fully quit social media because I just enjoy podcasting.
Yeah.
So it's just a shame that wasn't like really what everyone else wanted from it.
That's the trouble, really. It's always hard to in group things to have everyone on the same page.
Yeah,
I think. So you said it was 7 months, was it? Since you've
God, yeah. I feel like we started in April because I made a video on a guy called Nikocado Avocado. I made a video on his OnlyFans, just like I made it on his Twitter account.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, I think I messaged George on the day because it was when the whole COVID stuff was starting. And I was like, oh, I just want to do like more videos. So midweek, I'm just going to record a collab with just a random creator online. So I did one with Curtis Connor. I was going to do one with Wilbur, but that ended up taking a little longer. And Wilbur cancelled on me, said he had something else. And I was like, that's absolutely fine. Who can I hit up that will just do it this day with me? And I messaged George and I was like, oh, George will do a video with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, we were playing a lot of clubs at the time. And I was like,
Come on.
oh, you know what? I'm just
that.
going to invite Alex as well. Like, he's probably free. So I messaged Alex. I messaged Will. I messaged Fraser as well, but obviously that then happened.
Yeah.
And the video ended up being like really funny. Like I honestly look at that video on my channel, like that's one of the funniest videos I've ever made.
Yeah.
And then I think Will messaged me a few days after it was up, was like, do you reckon we can do this as a group thing? And then that was April. So, and then it all started as like, the thing is, when you make a group channel in the UK, you make your first video and then automatically it's like, Sidemen, Beta Squad, Eboys. Those are the three YouTube groups.
It is that, yeah.
And it's like, I almost feel like that kind of pressure didn't really help it because I honestly think the funniest videos we made, the funniest one was probably the green screen one we did, which was just in our setups. And we just like went away, made some like really cursed green screens using other people's, stuff, and then just reacted to them. And that was honestly, I think, one of the funniest videos we made. And then it's like, we should be doing these studio shoots. We should be like having like the Bake Off video, which was good.
Yeah.
And like the Secret Santa video, which I actually thought was really good as well. But then it became very like, there was a lot of pressure put on it.
Yeah.
And then it starts becoming less like that thing we just did to distract ourselves and like just have another project going on during COVID. And it becomes this huge project and the next big thing we're all doing.
Yeah, well, I guess most of you, well, all of you in the Eboys, or or you created just have videos at your desk,
That's the name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so then I guess you have to make sure that's kind of like
I felt like it was your
style.
Niche part of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think the one person
unique selling point.
that really, I mean, I think George and me are definitely more kind of behind the desk creators, but Alex thrived like in a studio.
Fair enough.
And I think he agrees with that as well. Like, I think he kind of like took a big break from like his main channel because he was like, I enjoy being in like in a studio shoot setting, and he was fucking hilarious. And a lot of those videos, like he carried, and he was like seeing. I think he said he was seeing for the first time comments being like, "Wow, Alex was amazing in this video. Alex carried this," and that was huge for him. And obviously, Will is just like very good in front of camera. I think, but yeah, no, it is what it is. I think it's always difficult to see a project like disappear, but it's cool. The memories are cool.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's always interesting when these like the groups form because often it can be natural, but often it can be very unnatural as well. Like, so when you guys started doing your more studio videos, that was because you started Cyber Sunday because of the Cyber show, didn't you?
Yeah,
which is a massive like high production, film almost. TV show every single week, blah blah blah, or day. Whereas that's how you transition to do the more studio videos. Whereas if you guys started before that, you probably would have actually done more desk-based videos, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
that's what you guys all do. Even JJ to an extent.
Yeah,
I've done a lot of skits before, but most of it's just. I mean, look at him now. He just it's all reaction-based, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
all Reddits and reactions.
Yeah, but
Well, I guess you
had that
fulfill
studio.
that side of like the studio level of it. You fulfill that doing the Simon videos. There's one that comes out every single week, so it's like, why would you need to then go like, I need to book a studio for this other video I'm doing,
Yeah.
So it's like, if you can just get by doing, your own stuff in your own, the comfort of your own home, then why not,
Yeah.
But I felt like it was like a good time for us, especially when Beta Squad and Eboys were both doing like a lot. It was one of those things where I felt like all of us were like, okay,
You got like, keep
we
going.
need to step up.
That's cool.
Again.
Honestly, being on the other side of it, it's
what
like a
I
really cool
liked. I
feeling.
liked that it felt like all three groups were kind of going like, all right, we need to do our own thing that's gonna make us,
better.
Basically better than the last week. And oh, our video last week was sick. Oh, they've just uploaded this. Oh, that's sick. Oh, okay, we need to do a really good video this week.
Yeah.
And it was just making everyone like,
in a way, because I think that's why we started doing the studio shoots, because we were like, all of a sudden now we're being compared to these other guys who put a lot of budget into their videos, who go out and do stuff, and I'm like, God, I have to leave the house for the first time in 6 months. This is weird. And it was like a really, it felt like a lot of growth was happening there, not even just in terms of like numbers. It was like, wow, I'm doing like all of this new stuff, and it was very like an inspiring moment to be kind of seen, especially like you make a group channel and it's like, wow, now you're in the same conversation as like these people that have been around for years. That was like a really cool moment. So it's kind of cool to hear you talk about it as if like noticing the other groups going on as well. It's nice.
I think it's always the
there's
case.
Definitely some other groups that Forget him. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, the thing is like those three groups have connections within them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like obviously, I mean, you guys didn't the Sidemen? Am I right in saying the Sidemen shouted out Will like in a podcast quite early on? I'm thinking like when he first blew up.
Probably
with the BG
it might have
stuff.
been we did like awards or whatever awards.
Right,
ceremony,
yeah.
and it might have been like.
So I think like I mean even like going back that far, it's like there was always that like little connection. So
I think most things in UK come from KSI one way or another, whether it's like a direct shout out or massive inspiration. He's just like the Lord of KSI.
I think like because obviously I grew up like fairly near. Because obviously, I don't think you guys would have been able to drive to my friend's house if we didn't live like fairly near. So when JJ first blew up, that was huge.
We were around like Watford.
Yeah, so I'm like Aylesbury.
Oh, mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was from Hemel, but
okay. Right. Yeah. No.
I say Watford because no one knows where.
Yeah. No.
Hemel is.
I think. What can you say? What school you went to?
Yeah, I went to Burko. It's
okay. Yeah, I went to Aylesbury Grammar School.
Oh, okay.
So I think our schools played rugby together.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not me.
No, neither. But no. So when he started doing well, that was like a big talk in our school. So we were on to that kind of stuff like very early on. I didn't even play FIFA until like JJ's videos on it were blowing up, and then I was like, oh yeah, you need to play Ultimate Team, and it's like, oh yeah, this card is beast.
Yeah,
and like, all of this
sick,
stuff
man.
and shit like that. And
It was a great era.
yeah, no, it was just so different. But it's like weird how like when you're kind of making YouTube videos in the UK now, it's just kind of like you look back to the kind of the JJs, also Joe Weller, like when like coming from commentary as well. And like being a British commentator, a lot of people look towards like that Joe Weller type of like early content, like roasting stuff. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking as well. Because even Joe Weller came from JJ. Like he was very talented. I think he always would have done well, but JJ gave him that massive boost.
For sure.
'Cause I remember because he always used to message people, and he messaged me saying, "Oh, look at this video, the How to Be KSI." And I sent it to JJ, and then JJ shared it, and then Joe just went.
We get it. Joe owes everything to you.
Yeah, Joe Weller. No. But what I'm saying is that's like KSI just tweets a video, and then you're now a famous
Well, that
YouTuber.
used to be the thing back in the day,
It
innit?
was,
Like
yeah.
if I liked a video, it actually did something. Like now, you like a video, it doesn't
No,
do
there's
anything.
nothing.
No.
Yeah, so I remember, if JJ liked my video, it'd get like 60K views straight away.
Really?
Just because the way the
So it
algorithm
was
works
shared
in
on
YouTube.
Twitter as well.
Yeah.
And at that
Oh,
time,
yeah.
Twitter actually meant something.
Yeah.
If you tweet out a video, it actually got
views. Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy. But again, it's not like Joe was never going to do anything on his own, but it's just that acceleration.
Yeah. I think the thing about Joe is he had such a good like unique personality for it.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
very gripping. And I remember like looking at the way, I mean, even like a video I made last year, I remember using a piece of music that he used once in an old video. And I was just like, this is just iconic sounding to me because he did it.
Yeah.
So
His Internet Melts was like
huge.
it was like You've Been Framed, but funny commentary.
Yeah.
And for like something that's like relatable to us.
And
for
young
our age.
people, exactly.
Yeah. I used to speak to my parents all the time. I was like, "Oh, check this video out." Like Joe's just so funny.
I remember
Books and water. I used to
Washing machine.
Yeah, I used to like laugh at that so much. I was like, "This is peak humor."
this is incredible.
Yeah, and then now I'm like, it's a bit cringe.
I remember I
But
showed
that's,
my dad a KSI video, like when the stuff happened with my friend Harry, and my dad. I distinctly remember my dad saying, "You know what? You could do this. You got better presents than he does." And I was just like, Dad, I think you might be wrong. like categorically incorrect.
Yeah.
But thanks for the confidence boost. And then he hated it. The fact that I started doing YouTube and not doing like regular jobs.
So he's like, "Oh, you should do this."
Yeah, and then,
But not really.
like, thanks for your permission.
Yeah.
And then like obviously when you're not earning money from it, he's like, why is he spending 10 hours a day
Yeah.
making a video? But,
But that's where it always comes from. That natural, you wanting to do it for the fun of it is where people most likely fall into these types of situations, and especially with like the Sidemen, even Eboys. I'm sure like it was natural, like you say. You played clubs.
yeah, it was really natural. I remember when we did that video where we had to like the video we did where you got like together a bunch of like YouTubers around the 1 million mark and got them to kind of choose who gets money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I remember that finishing and Alex and I speaking to you about the group channel that we were
I
going to make
remember
at
that.
the time.
And you had 2 names for it.
Yeah, the Tower, and I think it was Eboys. I think the other one might have been Eboys by then.
I think there was a third.
I can't remember what it was. I think it was like, at one point,
Sorry, it was like Simps or something.
no, it was like, yeah, probably. I think we were going to at one point be alpha males.
That was it.
Yeah.
There was alpha males, but there was a few you were
But then
like
it was
throwing
like-
ideas. And
yeah.
one of them was, I remember alpha male sticking as well.
But then it was like beta squad alpha males. It's kind of
It
like
was
the ironic
true,
joke
yeah.
doesn't really work when you have another ironic joke that is the level lower.
Because
Yeah.
the tower, they were all ironic names, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then you had also the tower.
Yeah, which was kind of
But-
like, which just feels a bit industrial, doesn't it?
It's also, as soon as one of you moves out, it's like, okay, well,
There's no longer the
are
tower.
they not in the tower anymore?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone, Randolph just moved in.
Yeah, no, Randall's in the tower.
Raj joined. Cheers, mate. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
I think Eboys. I mean, maybe it's like now looking back because it's already established, or
Yeah.
was established that
worked.
Eboys was the best.
Yeah, it worked.
But-
I
yeah.
think it really worked because it was like also a term that people were using, just in general, like in an ironic way. And then also we managed to get the ads for it, so it was
Yeah,
like this will do it.
we
Like,
got it. Yeah,
I find it so weird though how it actually does change the meaning of a word in terms of.
yes,
I haven't seen anyone use the word e-boy unless you're talking about the group since
Yeah.
you made it.
mm-hmm.
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. And
Same with like Simon.
with,
isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's the
It's
same.
like-
yeah, and
Simon.
same with like beta,
Beta squad, yeah,
you're
yeah.
a beta. Yeah, I don't see that anywhere near as much.
Yeah, especially within the people that do like keep up to date with the YouTube scene and
Yeah.
young people.
in our circles, especially,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
No,
it is weird though, like because you open yourself up to a completely different audience when you do a group channel. Because all of a sudden you have every other member of that group, their dedicated fans now know who you are.
Yeah, and
So-
they might not like just because someone's a fan of even just because someone's a fan of like Minimum, it doesn't mean they're necessarily a fan of like KSI. Even though you guys are so close, it's like you have different audiences.
And that's why the group channel comments are the most brutal.
yeah. yeah.
That is like these
know.
aren't your subscribers anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Just get this the armies going against each other.
Yes,
I hate it.
because like I actually have like obviously like Will, George, and Alex we've all kind of fed it into each other's audiences, I guess, over the years. But like we all have very different audiences. Like Alex and I kind of drift more towards US and female, and then George's and Will's very much drift towards British and male.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
obviously, like when I go on a George video or a Will video, the amount of comments that are like, "I've never laughed at a James Marriott joke," or get this posh twat off my screen and shit like that. It's like, okay, right,
Yeah, it is crazy knowing that. Oh, wait, we've got a group together. Everyone should like us all equally, but it's just never the case.
No,
And
never.
you got to remember as well. I always find this funny, where it's like you still got to remember, even though people are so big fans of you guys individually, someone somewhere will just find one of your videos randomly, and they're now a fan of you. And I'm sure there's still someone who knows KSI or Miniminter or Vic or whoever, but doesn't know Sidemen. I guarantee someone.
Yeah,
exists.
no,
Oh god, yeah.
There's
yeah.
someone who just goes on YouTube. Oh, I'll watch Simon today, and just oblivious.
For some reason, I always thought that about my audience. I was like, oh, my audience only care about like LA influencers that I talk about and roast. They don't care what I'm doing on the Eboys. They don't subscribe to the Eboys channel.
Yeah.
So that was always a really weird one for me when people were like, oh, I'm gonna when the Eboys ended and I saw comments on my main channel being like, oh, I'm gonna really miss it or stuff like that. It's quite strange, but yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a big thing on because I don't see things on Twitter, but
Yeah.
People
because
send
like
them
our
to you.
group chat and stuff,
Yeah.
someone links it, and yeah, it was quite like a overwhelming response.
Yeah, no, it yeah.
It was quite a weird. It was quite a weird way of announcing it, though. I felt like it was surprising
How
you
was
didn't
it
do a video.
announced?
It was just it was like a.
Oh
Post
yeah,
graphic, right?
I think the thing
Graphic.
is because we recorded a podcast and then oh my god, the final podcast recording, it was so bad.
So was it? Did you record this podcast after you knew you were going to
Before.
stop? So before you knew.
Oh my god, the final podcast will never get released. But
Oh,
like,
God.
it was just an absolute slug. Like usually, like our podcasts were about an hour long. I used to go into the podcasts were like one of the highlights of my week. I love, especially when we had a guest. I used to prepare like questions.
Yeah.
I prepare like a bit of like research on them. I really enjoyed it. Like I enjoy asking people like detailed questions about their past and themselves. And but when it came to the just the chill podcast, we just had like all the eBoys PA would just prepare like a list of topics and we just go through them, and it was pretty chill. But on the last recording, there were just so many problems. Like Will was in Newcastle,
Okay.
and he like before we started, we had like quite a tight schedule to get it done, and he didn't quite have enough charge on his camera, so we were like filming this hour-long podcast, stopping it every 15 minutes so that he could go and charge his camera. And we ended up being and for an hour-long podcast we ended up spending, I think it was at least 2 hours, and we all got to the end of it, and I just remember being like, oh my god, that is probably the worst recording we've ever done, because by the end of it we were all just like, oh, please God, let this fucking finish. And then I think that very much,
Was
that
that
energy
like
very
kind of-
stretched into, oh, we don't enjoy this. We were like, Will especially was like, I just did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah.
I remember speaking to George after it and going, God, that was horrific, wasn't it? So it was almost like we had, in a way, it's like you have this podcast about the thing ending. Well, not about the thing ending, but before the thing ends. It would feel weird to post that podcast because it's ended and we didn't know it was ended by that point. But it's also weird to now record a different one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the idea was instead like, let's not deep it. Let's just post the thing saying it's over. And then we said like, if any of us want to make videos on it, make videos on it. And I think Will made a video on it and Alex did. And then George made like a second channel video talking about like some elements of it a few days later. And I was just like, it is what it is.
Yeah. So I guess that was that podcast kind of like spurred on the chat, I guess, or the actual
I think just in general we've been speaking for a while.
like what's next or where do we go from here?
And then I think Will kind of expressed doubts a few weeks before, and then I think it was like a couple of days after we recorded that hellish podcast, he just said like, yeah, let's talk tonight. And then everyone was like, I think Alex and I joined the call first, and we were just both like,
what's going on?
We were like, we're about to be told off. I was like, so it's over, isn't it? And he was like, yeah, I think it is.
Damn.
So would you take any aspects of Eboys for something in the future, do you reckon? Like, would you want to do a podcast now that you found out you enjoy it?
I think if I was to do one, it would be like very different. Like it wouldn't be like
Because you've done podcasts before, right? Like even before Eboys, of course.
But I don't like the thing is, it's like the Camcast was its own unique thing, and I really enjoyed doing it. The Eboys podcast was its own unique thing, and I really enjoyed doing it. I think if I was to do it now, it would just be specifically maybe like interviewing people,
Right? Yeah.
Like it would be more like I try and get like smaller musicians on and stuff like that. Like I'd
Something
want
that
to
you're
kind of,
passionate about. That you can put all your like work into.
I had the idea of like creating a separate channel for it, which is kind of not attached to me, but kind of like something that I work on, almost like
Yeah.
and kind of doing it like you're laughing because I said before.
No, I wasn't.
Almost like
Yeah, I realized I made it. I just saw you go.
I wish I did laugh at that because that would have been a good joke again.
Yeah, no,
but I'm not
you couldn't
smart,
laugh.
unfortunately.
But I would quite enjoy doing something like that. But when it comes to like group channel stuff now, I can't really imagine doing a group channel. I
Yeah.
feel like announcing a group channel at this point, it'd be like, oh, here he goes again. Like in the same way that as soon as Will did another one, people were like, well, this is going to go soon because EXO, that got mudded. So
I feel like it's always going to be compared to anything you do as well before.
yes.
Yes.
Or people will make
Yeah.
assumptions. So say you started one tomorrow,
Yeah.
it would be, oh, is this as good as E-Boys, etc. And
Right.
also, oh, Will's not in it because you hate him.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
how have you made this assumption?
Well, that's the thing is like, especially when something ends as well, people always want to assume that there's some huge underlying beef going on because almost that's
Always. YouTube love that, don't they? They love any.
But it only takes one confident person to make a rumor sound true.
yeah.
Like
And
they
there's
could
nothing-
literally go, oh, they split up because Alex met up with Will's mum and punched her.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, oh wow,
That's pretty
did
nasty
that
of him,
actually
to be
happen?
fair. Yeah, but
Yeah,
we don't
but then
talk
also
about it.
you don't want to like highlight that, so you don't want to get involved. So if someone
Yeah.
just start a rumor and you don't want to attach yourself to that because then it gives it like it makes it valid.
Yeah.
even though it doesn't.
Yeah.
people think that.
I quite like it because it was like all the information about it was put out immediately. Will immediately said like, yeah, I know I'm the one who spurred this on. I'm just gonna be the one who says like I'm gonna make a video on it and just say where my head was at. And I watched the video back and I was like, yeah, everything he just said in that video is pretty much exactly what he said.
Yeah.
That's
to
good then.
everyone.
At least all
good, yeah.
cards on the table and
Yeah.
everyone knows where they're
And
at.
that's what it. And that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd have been the worst if he had said something and then all three of you go,
What?
Hold
well,
on.
that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine he's like, none of the guys wanted to do it.
Yeah.
They all hated it.
Yeah,
I tried
God,
keeping
imagine.
them together.
But
Oh, that's a nightmare. Yeah. He sent it to us all before. So it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'll just send it to you. And then I think it did. I think for Will, it was like, I remember seeing the views on it and I was like, oh, wow. And then Alex was like, I think I'm going to make one as well. And then Alex was like, yes, 1 in 10. Thanks, Will.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
we got some confetti out of it in the end
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Will
yeah.
and Alex, which is the most important thing.
To be fair, there's
Yeah.
no way I'd have missed the chance to.
Oh, of course, yeah.
The thing is, that
Leaving aside, man.
Bro, we split
Black
up,
and
bro. I'm
white.
making that video within a second.
Yeah.
Then on the second channel, then a clip of that on stream.
Yeah.
the thing is like for me, my main channel is so different. Like if I'm not making a main channel video on someone else or like analyzing something or kind of like picking apart something, I feel like I'm not going to like give myself a chance. So I was like,
Pick apart the Eboys.
yeah, maybe. But like I always felt like it's got to, because like my audience is 30-30, like it's like 30% UK, 30% US. And I was like, the US people, I feel like they don't care about the E-boys. So it's like, if I'm going to do anything, it's got to be like, I've got to find a middle ground between the two. So it just didn't really make sense for me, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Every time I always want to start new channels for some reason. This is really random, but I really want to start new channels. Like I saw, do you know Nelk?
Yes.
So Steve will do it.
Right.
You know which one he is?
Yeah,
The one
I think so.
that drinks a lot.
Yeah.
The one with problems.
He has a channel that Steve will do it gambling, and it's literally him he plays slots for an hour.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a
Blackjack
huge like place for gambling, I think. Like I think, was it Ludwig that said this? Or like another Twitch streamer? I think like there is a huge market for gambling content that many people take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to take advantage of it because I know it is a bad thing to push.
Take advantage of,
I do
quite
not want to
literally.
sit there and be like, yo, look how much fun I'm having gambling.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, if I want to, say gamble for 20 minutes and I put 50 quid in, I'm like, I could really just make this a video.
Yeah.
But I don't want other people to do that because of me.
Right.
Especially
It's a weird mix.
I was playing slots for quite a bit just for fun, and I was like really enjoying it. I was like, it'd be sick to just stream this. But I think there's a lot of like, it's very toxic, the streaming world and gambling, because like the companies pay you. Like
Right.
a lot of the gambling websites that you're on will pay the creator to gamble, or they'll give you fake money. So they'll put like 50 grand into your account, and you see these people winning like $1 million off of 50 grand, and it's like, well, it's not real.
Yeah.
And that's the worst. Like, I think gambling can work if you are very straight up and being like, I'm putting £50 in here. There's a chance I'm going to lose it all. Or I've lost it all. Like, this sucks.
That's the thing. I can't trust you if you're being paid by a company to promote their gambling site.
Yeah. And
This guy won £1,000 on slots. He was advertised. This was an advertisement for the site.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to believe that.
And
they can't change it. They physically.
No, they can't.
That's illegal if they get better odds.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with someone, a gambling website paying someone to, it's the same thing as everything else. It's just a brand deal, right? But then as a viewer, you're like, well, I don't know where we stand. I don't know. You have to,
And also, there's just the general promotion, because it's like if people who are the first people who are going to subscribe to any of your channels are your most dedicated followers, and they're like, "Wow, Simon's doing this. I should also do this when I turn 18."
Into like one of the worst addictions you can get, which is gambling, alcohol, etc.
Losing all of your money.
Yeah. And you can't, even if you're someone who's stable enough to do that, you can't guarantee that everyone else will. And even if you're not portraying anything bad, someone's always gonna get into that because of you. So
I've got to say, the amount of money I've shilled on FIFA packs over the years, after having those early videos of like, wow, I packed this person, and it's like,
that's the thing. I say I don't want to promote this, but I open packs and post videos.
Yeah,
it's worse.
See, that the thing is like. And I didn't even realize that how bad my issue was with packs. Now I don't play Ultimate Team. I think just in general the games aren't as good as they used to be. But it's like I don't play Ultimate Team because as soon as I started earning money through YouTube and I still played FIFA, I was like, oh God, like my accountant was like, you spend quite a lot of money on this FIFA stuff.
Yeah.
It's so easy to do it as well.
Yeah.
So easy to just buy.
My accountant always messages me. He's just like, it's team of the season, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you've spent a lot the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm like, oh no. Because it's every Friday I just do one live stream now. I used to obviously do videos, but now the packs don't even run out. So they last an hour.
Right.
And obviously a 100k pack is something like $15.
Oh God.
So you're opening it one take, I'll do it slowly because they last, but you're opening a lot of packs.
Oh my God,
for
Yeah.
2 to 3 hours.
I don't play Ultimate Team at all, but I went on it the other day. I was waiting for someone to jump on clubs, and they were taking a while. I was screen sharing, so I was like, let's just open some packs together on Discord. And I opened one. It's like an Unreal pack. Everyone was like, that's ridiculous. You smashed it. Like 3 good players. Can't remember who they were. And I was like, I'm going to do it again then. And just no one.
Yeah.
Then no one. It's just that hope that you're going to get someone good, or either you never get someone good, and you keep opening until you do, or you get someone good, and you're like, I'm going to do it again then.
Yeah. You're like, this is easy. I will get more.
Yeah, and you're like, what's the point? I might as well play clubs and enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, clubs is honestly good.
I love clubs,
I think
yeah.
clubs is the best thing.
But they don't change it because it doesn't earn money.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
They could literally add some microtransactions.
They could
to
easily, yeah.
We put
Fortnite,
together.
Rocket League.
Who was it? It was me, Josh, Toby, Ethan, and maybe JJ. Put together a presentation for EA and sent it to one of their guys. And we're like, this could earn you maybe not as much as Ultimate Team, but a lot of money.
Yeah.
We don't want anything. We just want the game to be good.
Yeah.
And they went, oh, interesting. Never got back to us.
Mate, if they really spent enough time on pro clubs, that could be a whole nother genre of content that
Yeah.
completely bangs.
You can literally boots, haircuts,
Yeah.
gloves, everything. Just make
think
that stadiums.
I think
Especially
that's
if-
scary though. The fact that they don't do it because it's like how much money are
That's
they
how
making
much
from
money
Ultimate
they
Team? Then?
make.
'Cause obviously Fortnite is a great model. Even Valorant is a great model. You know, it works.
You know, like the Fortnite thing as well, like introducing the idea of like creators having skins or like dances.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you could like buy a piece of merch and then also have that merch in game on pro clubs if
Yeah.
you bought it and shit like this.
Well, they did it a little bit with. They have like esports teams.
Yeah.
In Ultimate Team, like you can get
Right, yeah.
a phase kit.
Did they have the EXO kit at one point? I feel like they might have at one point. I'm not sure if they
Definitely
did.
did. They
Actually.
have
feel like
hashtag-
they
hashtag
did.
for sure. Definitely for
Hashtag.
They
sure.
had,
Yeah.
I still play people with
But-
hashtag kits.
Maybe I'm just thinking because EXO
think
was
they
sponsored
did.
by Microsoft at one point. Maybe that's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe that might.
They
just be-
might have, but yeah.
But because
Probably.
even though like JJ doesn't really do much FIFA stuff anymore other than like Cyber and clubs, even in clubs now, if you had like a JJ like skin or like some sort of thing with JJ, it would just go crazy, wouldn't it?
Oh
Everyone
my
would buy
god!
that.
It would be, like especially on FIFA.
KSI haircut. Done.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, the bandana.
Yeah. But again, they must make so much money on Ultimate Team that's not even like a consideration.
It's
to
so
them.
sad though,
It
because
is.
like the soul of the game is now in pro clubs. Like, in my
Yeah, it
opinion,
is,
it's not an
yeah.
Ultimate Team anymore, and it used to be, but now it's in pro clubs. But especially since like taking COVID into account, like the amount of people who just wanted to play a game with their friends that they weren't seeing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pro clubs was the obvious one to play with as many people as you possibly can,
Yeah.
and so it's like take advantage of that, you know.
I mean, everyone I see that plays FIFA they're always playing it, and they're just like, yeah, I hate it, but I'm playing it.
Oh, God,
Whereas
yeah.
anyone who plays clubs is actually like,
Enjoying it,
Yeah.
and the clubs has got problems. Like it's definitely got issues with it. Like matchmaking is one, especially the AI is awful as well. But people still love to
But that's the
play
thing. It's like almost for its flaws, it's like you can just like take the piss out of them with your
Yeah,
mates.
yeah.
Because that's such a part of British culture is just taking the piss out of shit. So
Yeah.
almost having a slightly broken game is what makes it like communal.
Yeah, for sure. I think gaming as well, especially right now, is just going that way. Like Among Us did well for that reason, being 10 people playing at once. Fall Guys was a bit of that as well, and that's why now the Minecraft, the
Yeah.
role playing and the GTA role playing, that's why it's doing so well because
As many people as
want
possible.
to interact with each other, want to speak
Yeah.
with each other, especially during COVID where you can't do that anymore.
And I think that's why GTA is doing especially well at the moment. Like
Yeah.
the bigger the universe is,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the more exciting it is. Do you mind if I go to Lou quickly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
I was actually going to go as well at some point.
Well, you got to stay now. We got to chat together.
yeah.
Well, what's up? Let's talk about clubs.
Actually, really quickly,
Yeah.
Premier League ended.
Oh, this is true. Okay.
We had a bet.
Yeah, your brother texted, isn't he?
Yeah, we had a bet on
Okay.
how we would do.
Yeah.
We both guessed positions of every single team.
Yeah.
And we said it's like, I can't remember how many it is. I think it was like 3 points for getting it guaranteed, like smack on. If you said City win the league,
Yeah.
you get 3 points or something like that. And if you were one off,
No, I don't think we decided that. I think your brother's just done that, which is good.
yeah. So he said like if you got perfect, there's perfect. Yeah, it must be that. So if you got it perfect, you got a team in the right place, you get 3 points.
Yeah.
And if you got close, so you're one off, you get 1 point.
Okay.
So
Who's going first?
I'll say your scores first.
Okay.
Okay, so you got Man City in first place. That was bang on.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 points. Southampton in 15th.
Okay. Wow.
You got that bang on.
Wow. How did I get?
So that's 6 points.
Okay.
West Brom in 19th. You got that bang on.
Wow.
So that's 9 points. Liverpool came third. You said they came second. So that's 1 point.
Okay.
Chelsea, you said they'd come third. They came fourth. They shouldn't have.
Oh.
So that's another point. Spurs, I can't remember where. You said they would come sixth. They came seventh. So that's another point. And Everton, you said they'd come ninth. They came 10th. That's 1 more point. You ended on a total of 13 points.
Okay.
How did I do?
Right. Okay. So you got 2 perfect. So you got City perfect. I think we
Yeah.
both said City top.
Yeah.
You got Leicester correct
In fifth?
in 5th. Yep.
I only got 6 points though from perfect.
Yeah. You got
I ain't getting that many.
we got 5 close.
So I ended on 11.
11 points.
Oh, who did I get close?
You got Liverpool,
Yeah.
Chelsea, Leeds. To be fair,
Yeah.
that's incredible that you actually backed them to do that well.
Yeah.
Newcastle and West Brom.
Oh, okay.
That was
You a
close
football,
though.
you a football fan?
Not really. I used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be a Southampton supporter, but I don't really keep.
Well, they came 15th.
Yay!
And I guess that perfectly. I think at the start of the season we did like a prediction on the entire table. I mean, it was something like if we got it exactly like correct, you guys give like 10k to each other or £1,000.
Yeah, but it's 20 teams. That was never going to
Yeah.
We just accepted that was for a clip.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. The title, but it looks like I got 13 points. You got 11. So
I think it was, what was it, a 50 quid bet?
yeah,
Fiver?
I think it's like 100. I think it was 100.
I think it was a fiver.
I think it's 500 actually. Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's more about the fun.
Yeah.
I had great fun during the season of guessing.
Well, I need to pee now.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know what else you want to talk about.
Well, I guess we'll talk when you get back now. What, you shouldn't just end it now?
Well, I don't know anymore.
Well, I don't want to end it while you're not discussing ending it. Yeah, all right. How are you?
I'm alright, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah. I don't know. Where do we go from here? Do you watch Big Brother Clubs?
Do I watch what? Sorry?
Simon does a series, right? Get this. It's called Big Brother Clubs.
Oh wait, I've heard about this.
Yeah. So
Who's in it?
Oh God. I'm gonna read the group chat so I don't
come
forget
on.
anyone because even there's always that thing where I don't want to offend anyone if I forget them.
It's
And-
either Nico or Reeve that are getting kicked out right now. Yeah.
Yeah, Nico is taking the piss. If you're watching this podcast right now, just please in the next vote. Oh God, it's too late now because I think Reeve's gone.
Oh my god.
Look, it's looking like that way on the poll right now. But if we're in that situation again, you guys got to fight for us, fight more because Nico's he's just taking the piss. So every week he's just like rainbow flicks, passes to no one, and it's just ridiculous because it's the NDL. He just tweets it out. He just gets the votes. So he's been like in the firing line every
man,
single
I
time,
love
and he
that
always
for him.
wins. It is funny, but it is annoying at this stage because everyone's trying really hard to play well. He just isn't. It's like, well, what we got to do to play well? And also the worst part with Reeve is that Reeve really didn't. He's been playing well the whole entire series. He's been
Amazing.
playing so well. It's like he didn't deserve that. But we find out who's in it. So we have me. Simon's not in it, but he's the host.
Right.
Reeve, Spencer, Jamel, Pieface, Eman, Nash, and then
Pieface is
Nico
great.
Chip.
and Chip. But Chip's left the group.
Yeah.
And Chip,
Wait, he left the group.
Well, he went out, so he was like, oh, if I'm out, I'll leave the...
Oh.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he didn't realise I wanted everyone to come back for the final episode.
Yeah.
If you want to be in the next season,
Yeah, I'm down.
yeah.
That'd
I'm
be
actually
big.
pretty good.
That'd be sick.
I'm not bad.
But I'm not going to lie to you, your skill doesn't matter that much.
Right, okay, cool.
Like, unless you stand out as the best player,
Okay, that's not going to happen. Yeah.
then there's a chance you just say one thing and someone goes, you know what? No, I'm voting for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
But to be fair, I actually played really well like the first few weeks and never got a vote.
Yeah.
Man of the match.
Yeah.
And then
Damn.
the day where I played the worst, I got it.
Yeah, it was the first episode, I think it was, all the comments were just like, Randolph did not get, like, no one voted for him for man of the match. He was the best by a mile.
But you're right though. It depends what. So in the series, we do like 2 games, sometimes 3 if there's a forfeit, and no one ever remembers the first game. So you could be awful in the first game, or you could be incredible, and no one knows.
Yeah.
That's like the final game. You got to make sure you're on form.
Damn.
Yeah, if you want to be in the next series.
Yeah, I'm down. Because like before the Eboys happened, we played like
A lot.
within our group, and I was the striker.
Yeah.
Will was
You
right
do
wing.
get your position picked out of a hat, though, each
Yeah,
game.
goddamn,
Each
that's fine.
episode.
I'm a finisher at heart, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll
But to be
take
fair,
it right
people
back.
do consider it though. If you're in defense, like people do like count that
Yeah.
because you don't get many points. You
Yeah.
know? Or obviously, if you score like 3 goals, you're always gonna get 10.
Yeah.
And in clubs, you can score goals without actually playing that well.
Yeah.
It can be the case.
Yes.
Whereas obviously, if you're a right back, you get or worse centre back, you get forgotten. But no, it's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun now.
Big money on the line.
Oh, how much?
Yeah. Well, the entire series, I think I'm giving away,
50k, right?
it's like it's like $42,000. Something
Damn.
like that, yeah.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Well, actually, no, £42,000, I think it is.
Yeah, and then
Just
translate it to
$50,000,
dollars. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I think it's like 10, what is it? It's 10K for the winner, 5K for second, 1K for third. And there's like a man of the match bonus every episode. Everyone gets paid.
When's season
Play.
2? Sorry.
This is season 2. There's
damn.
a season 3.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, season 1 got stiffed. That was like a 10, 15K.
Unlucky
In total.
guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping I want to be able to get to the point where I do like a season 9 and it's the winner of every season comes back.
Oh.
Or
I
you
try
know
and
what
get
we
like
should do?
like
100
RuPaul's Drag Race,
Yeah.
having like those kind of like
Yeah.
superstars.
There's
run.
like $100,000 on the line
Yeah.
or something
Oh,
like that, like
geez.
mad.
What we should do as well, we should do each season versus the other season.
That'd be good
Because
actually.
I think we all played really well together. This current group from
Like-
Nico.
It's like season 1 versus season 3 special or something.
That would be
Yeah.
sick.
Who would I play for? I just
Ooh.
spectate.
Yeah. Or throw dice. A coin.
I
Sorry.
could just spectate, to be fair. And
Yeah,
just
you
have
can
We
do
play
yeah.
one game with each side, maybe.
I can just be like, I'll sponsor the video and be like, the
Yeah.
winning team, every player gets $1,000 or
That would
something,
be sick,
something
yeah.
stupid.
But you
And
got-
That'd
then-
be nuts.
You can't spectate on FIFA and record, can you?
I don't know.
You have to find a way to record.
I'll figure out a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll talk to
Um,
EA. They're so good at working with creators.
Yeah,
No, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
it sounds fun.
Where are we at now in it? So how many people are left?
You, Nash, Nico, Spencer, Pi.
So Nico's made it that far,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been bottom three times.
and he just
Bottom
gets
2, 3
the
times.
NDL to fish him out.
Yeah, this one hurt the most though because Reeve played so well.
Yeah.
Who
He
vote-
was-
I don't know. I don't
I
want to
can't
answer.
say.
Wait, no,
Can't
wait,
say.
no, it was him. It was Nico.
Oh,
It was Nico. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Nico.
So you vote anonymously, right? It's like when it's
Right.
time to vote, each person has to vote the man of the match and the person to kick off, and then it goes into a public vote with two of them, the bottom two.
Oh my god!
So we all text Simon privately, and Nico always puts it in the chat.
He waits till everyone's voted though, and he's like, "Oh, it's clear you're all voting for me. So the person I'm up against is Reeve."
Yeah,
like
and-
one of the best people to just kick him
well,
out.
well, also this week, so Reeve was right mid and Nico was centre mid, and he was like at half time, or sorry, the middle between the next game, he was like, "Oh, Reeve, swap with me, and I won't vote you out. Like we'll create an alliance."
He kind of said like, "Oh, does anyone want to swap me?" And Reeve was like, "I don't mind if you want to. Like, oh, I'll happily swap with you."
And just voted him out.
And then
Oh my god!
yeah, Nico is ruthless.
He's ruthless.
I mean,
yeah.
that's so entertaining though.
oh,
Yeah, it is.
this series and last series was so polite. Everyone was kind of
Right.
like, "I hope you win." This series is literally like, "Stop, Nico."
Yeah.
Oh my god!
He's
Yes.
like no integrity.
Antagonists, That's what you want.
It was
That's so
close. It
fun.
was really close this time.
There was 1,000 votes in it. There's
Yeah.
60. Well, it ended with about 3,000 votes between it, like 65 to 68,000 votes, which is mad. Like Reeve's done well there.
You
but
thought- yeah.
Yeah, really well. I remember seeing the straw poll
yeah,
and going like, "Wow, there's a lot of people really into this."
yeah, it's fun.
He was Reeve was very close at the start when it was just your video, and then when Nico tweeted out the link, then it got
Yeah.
the distance, and then it came back a bit again. But yeah,
Yeah, definitely get you on next season.
Yeah, I'd be
That'd be
happy to
sick,
be a part
yeah.
of it. That'd be really fun.
yeah.
I want to try and get 9 different people each season,
Mm.
every season.
Yeah, you could do it.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah, it's a
It'll
lot of fun
get
as well.
hard around season 6, I reckon. But
Yeah, I mean it's already hard to organise.
yeah,
It is
God,
hard now, yeah.
yeah.
But often like, we'll just stay on for a couple of games afterwards or even before because
Nice.
everyone just enjoys playing clubs.
I mean, yeah, no, I think it's like very
Universal.
communal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you're not good at the game, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good fun.
I don't have
Yeah?
anything else to
Seems like a
talk
good
about.
point
To
to
be
end
honest.
it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
We should have ended it before you peed.
We should have, but
I don't know that's where you were going with it. I don't want to make a decision there and then, you know, because like I don't know.
as you can tell, we shithouse this podcast a lot.
Well, no, it's a podcast.
That's what they are. That's what they are.
Yeah,
Um,
we're not
It's
well.
just a chat.
We're not well prepared.
That's fine.
We're getting more prepared though.
Yeah,
We are.
you looked at the wall there as if you meant like well prepared with cameras and.
Oh
the
no,
wall.
no, I mean, look, we've got four cameras now. That's mad. We've got a wall. We get research.
Those are rare, to be fair.
We get a document each week.
Well, James is on 1.93 million subscribers. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Wait, is this the bit?
Can we get him to 2?
Can we get to 2 million
Oh
subscribers?
my god, that was in your notes, and we were just all like,
Yeah, in our notes it was like
We all don't think that you have enough power to do this.
"Wow, is that the right? Is that the right angle you want to be going for?"
Well, Ethan always
Yeah.
says to people, "Oh, you're freaks, subscribe."
on Josh's
And
work.
On Josh's, and it worked.
Damn.
Like mad as well.
We're playing
Really?
Warzone one day, and then Ethan was like, "Oh, the subtrain's ended, you little freaks," you know. And then the next minute, it's like 600 people.
He was like, "Start a new subtrain, you freaks." subtrain. Oh, subtrain's about to die. Come on, you losers. Someone subs instantly. So,
God.
all
Yeah.
you weirdos out there, go subscribe. Link in the description
Damn
down below.
masochists.
But yes, let's get James to 2 million. I'm just so you're clear. We're not laughing because it is possible to do, you know, for you to get there, but it's not possible for us to get you there. Sorry.
Yeah. With
Fine.
we've been
I've been 10k away from 1 million for about 6 months now.
yeah.
You little
Oh.
freaks.
We did.
Like, let's get you a sub
Yeah,
push.
but I don't post on that channel really.
I hope it's not.
Actually, I'm posting soon, aren't I? The video that we did.
It was 2 years ago. I did an interview and I was like, "Yeah, I want what's good to hit 1 million subs this year."
Damn.
2 years later, we're at 600k.
Like growth is always, you can never predict it really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, go subscribe.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having
It's
me.
been sick. It's been a really nice
It's a really
chat.
nice chat.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.